Yeah. Here we go. We're live. We're live. Yeah.
What?
We're live now. Yep.
Oh, okay. What
And
up? What up?
yeah. Uh, just got to, you know. Yeah. It should be where you can see us and that. It should be like normal
Oh,
sort of thing. Hurricane. Yeah. We're live.
yeah.
Yeah. Now,
What up? What up?
yeah.
um,
I got the lovely Ashley Lynn. Yeah, with us.
hey,
Yeah.
mhm. I'm not showing my face right now.
All right. Yeah. Well, with my um, piece laptop, yeah, it gets a bit of fucking too much, and so yeah, it crashes. Well, Ash might be back, and Courtney, she might be popping back and all, because on it, there we go, there's Ashley. Yeah,
That would have absolutely been a my bad moment. I'm on my phone and I actually tried to fucking get back to Daytona.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, if you like need to do something on your phone, just say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do something on my phone, and then so yeah, I'll know you've gone off deliberately, not like thinking, oh yeah, has the power gone down or out, so I can keep an eye on you,
Mhm.
see if you're like, oh, you come back. But yeah, well, yeah, as we were asking like what the topics about, and um, show, show this, because the Toda's here.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up, man?
yeah,
Can you hear me
alright.
okay?
Yeah, can hear you. Fine.
That was good.
Is my I've been throughout the weeks we've been talking to each other that I've been trying to moderate my volume. So
Mm.
like once in a while I'll check in on I hate the sound of my voice, so uh I'll check in on a video. I'm like, oh my God, my audio is way too loud.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think you're a little loud. You can turn it down a little bit.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll turn it down a little bit. All right. Go ahead. What are you guys talking about?
Well, it's going to be about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. You know, that's just started.
How about that? Is that better?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
it's
Oh,
better.
Apex is here.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
What,
Apex.
what
Hey.
happened?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I reckon best if you two guys put your avatars on, maybe. Yeah, don't know that. Have you got put
He
your
said, I'm
avatar
not
on?
going to look at
Avatar.
y'all.
Yeah.
Don't look at my ugly face. Who cares? My
Oh, we
feelings
love
are
you,
hurt.
Jen.
My God, how dare
No,
you?
yeah.
How dare you? Oh,
That's fucking.
But when
I'm so offended. Oh.
I don't want to scare anyone, so I'll just put my mask on.
No, but your avatar, you don't see your face at all.
yeah, well, just that
Yeah.
thingy. When there's
I'm
Fine,
two,
just
man.
full of my own comics.
Oh
That's all
shit.
I am.
It's
well,
good to
That's
see
my
you guys.
real
I'm gonna go grab
face.
a beer.
yeah.
Okay.
Grab your beer.
Well, when there's too many
Yes.
people,
Jens, you're
Man
tough.
of the castle.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When there's too many people
I
on,
knew you were going to say that.
it starts
Oh,
fucking it
God.
up,
Avatar.
and so that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. You gotta have a clean stream.
No, well, it's too much processing for me because I'm not even on Stream Labs.
Yeah.
I'm on our streaming yards. I'm on Streamlabs, so it's whatever. If it could be processing hard.
Even,
Yeah, well,
I
even though
was
it's
fucking with you, but
yeah,
it was funny.
yeah. Even though it says Stream Yards, I see you're on Stream Labs.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
on Stream Live, so we're actually live right now.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
Even though it
it's
says ended, we're actually live. So Keep that in your head.
no. Oh, it's ended already, man. I
What
just
the
got
hell?
here.
No,
Calm down,
it
calm down,
ain't
sweetheart. We
ended.
are live on Stream Labs. So it's different. He got me.
Oh,
It's only just
Oh,
started.
okay.
Hey,
So
but
we're still here.
oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're
guess
still.
we're on the air. It says you're in the
7 hours, 27 minutes, and 30 seconds.
well, that's because I'm
Everyone
on.
can see your
Let him
avatar and
talk.
hear you.
Hey, Bud, is
And
it
turn
Hey,
my
Courtney?
volume down a little bit more.
Oh, well, yeah, I got the wrong one, but yeah, Bud and Courtney's here, so.
See, this is why we talk over you, because nobody can hear anything you're fucking saying.
Well, that's because you got your fucking camera on. I told you to take your camera
Going
off.
to Courtney's.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Well, we'll leave it on.
Turn your camera off.
Yeah, turn your camera
Hit
off.
your cam button on your goddamn phone, Daytona.
Well, anyway, it don't matter because everyone can hear me because I'm streaming
Turn it
on
off, Daytona.
Streamlabs.
He's
Why?
such a
You know
rebel.
you fucking hear me because it's a pixel. Like, so there's.
Fuck off, then.
There you go.
Yeah, now everyone can hide.
No,
Yeah,
it's not hiding. It's
Captain.
because the processor can't handle
Got me.
all of the whatever it is. Like,
I'm sorry.
I'm not
I'm
even.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. It couldn't process all this beauty.
No, so
Can't process everybody being on screen at once. Look at your beautiful face, Jens. I've seen your face, you beautiful man, you.
yeah, well,
Apex,
Yes.
you know you're handsome, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know how handsome Ashley is. Hey, did you kill your boyfriend yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
He got that list.
You're
God
like
bless
one of
him.
those Black Widow chicks, like, woo, my boyfriend. Yeah. After a wonderful sex, I shall have them
I'm
as my
sorry, I
prize.
didn't know that it just used less energy to make the server work to make
Yeah.
this happen. My bad.
Yeah.
It is my bad.
My
Not
bad.
bad.
It does. It cleared up though, right? Like you turn a camera.
he says, Ashley, check your text for a minute. I need you to pass a message in the private chat.
The private chat? You put one in the private chat?
This is what.
I'm fucking confused. Hold on.
Yeah, everyone turns the camera off and the show goes to shit. New ideas for that story idea, Apex, about hard case. I have the theme and the underline. Yeah, I'm gonna be there a little bit.
Yeah, well, we're going to be
Miss
talking.
Queen.
Well, you can save that for later because we're going to be talking about fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Because everyone's saying.
When's it come out?
In a few days.
When's it come out?
In a few days, but I've just got to get this sorted.
So spit it out, Junior.
In a few fucking days. Listen up, daft bastard. Clean your ears out.
Then talk. Turn your fucking volume up a little bit. God damn it.
Everyone can
Turn your volume up a little bit.
Everyone can hear me.
You're the fucking host. Turn your fucking volume up.
Turn him the fuck down.
It's you can't hear me.
Yeah, turn me down and then turn you up.
Well, no, people can hear me because I've got the settings, so people will be able to hear me.
Yes.
Okay, that works. Okay, so when's the show come out?
He's doing a review of it.
It's a guessing game.
Like the end of the month, right? In a few days?
Yeah.
The show comes out in a couple days, right?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
This
There we go.
Obi-Wan better be better than
Well, I'll watch it with you if you want to talk about it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna.
I actually want to see what it is. I ain't paying for it. I got the stick, bitch.
The stick.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It gets me everything I want.
Yeah. The women dig it.
No,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: if something's good, I'll buy
Yeah.
it. If it's good, I'll buy it.
So
But
is
if
this
it
Obi-Wan
sucks, then
show? I'm hoping it's better than the Boba Fett.
No, is it fuck?
episodes 5 and 6 were pretty good. It was Mando. It was the
Okay.
Mando show again.
Yeah,
I figured.
Boba
I
Fett.
finally finished it. Like I didn't watch it when everybody else did. I watched it later.
I've
Boba
never seen
Fett's
it.
going to be a masterpiece
Yeah, I don't blame
compared
you.
to fucking Obi Wan.
First 4 episodes were shit, except for that
Yeah.
that
No, it
monkey.
won't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wookie. His name was Black.
Yeah, the Black Wookiee.
Yeah, his name's Black. Black Berserker or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
was. Cool character, but he black.
He
That's
black.
his name, Black.
Fuck's sake, man. This picture ain't fucking
Right.
coming up.
I think they ripped him out of a book. Got him from a book, right?
Yeah, I
So
have that issue,
if
by
the
the way.
book, yeah, I have no problem with the character. I thought it was really, like as soon as you introduce the Sarlacc, and like, oh, they bond with you. Like I heard about that too,
Yeah.
but I already knew it was going to end with him riding the fucking Sarlacc.
Oh.
I knew it, which is fine. But the Mando episodes were like, that's where they got you because these are the characters you actually give a shit about, and you see a
Yeah.
little bit more Luke, but it doesn't have the same impact.
Yeah.
I'm not hating, just
It's revealing what you think.
as a lover of Star Wars, I'm gonna criticize,
Of course.
not to detriment.
Yeah.
No, fuck off. This is the thing with fucking streaming ad shit. But luckily enough, I won't be kicked off. Just be going back on. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey George Lucas, alright George. See fucking get back into the this is when you need a fucking decent fucking provider. Oh, Jesus Christ. How long? Look at streaming out. Oh, I'm so fucking shit streaming out. Oh, you piece of shit. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh. Yeah, enter studio for fuck's sake. This is running StreamYard and StreamYard. Well, they fucked off. I think. Oh no, yeah. There we go. We're back on. Yeah. For fuck's sake. Oh, I've lost connection. Probably too many of them fucking talking on it. So, but as I say, I don't get kicked out because I'm on fucking streaming live.
Since 1928. And yeah, it's really cool. Some people got some pastries and stuff. And then we went to, God, what else? Shit. Oh, it's one winery.
Look,
yeah, it's like
hell,
they
it's
make
disconnected me. So
ale. Well, not ale, but
useless piece
mead,
of
which is
shit. This fucking.
you can make it into a wine. This is honey based.
I'll just have to fucking do it myself. Then let them keep talking. Because say one of them where there's so much talking. So well, there we go. Bound into comics. Article here. where after endorsing calling all white people racist, Lucasfilm actress Moses Ingram against racist prepared actress Moses Ingram against racist backlash to her Obi-Wan Kenobi character. So yeah, if you don't watch the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, you're a racist. Lucasfilm, a subsidiary of Walt Disney Companies, believe their Star Wars fans base is racist, and according to the actress Moses Ingram, who plays Inquisitor Reva Savanenda in the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series on Disney, warned that she would face racism from playing the character. No, you're gonna expect fucking being called it shit, because it's shit. Female action. Ingram's revelation that Lucasfilms believe that their Star Wars fan base is racist comes a little over a year after the company endorsed supporting calling all white people racist. If you recall, back in January 2021, Bound Into Comics reported that newly hired Star Wars The High Republic had previously claimed that white people are racist. In March 2020, Alan tweeted, "White people, fucking stop it. You racism won't save you from ignorance is not an excuse. White people, you fucking better watch Obi-Wan Kenobi, or else you're a racist." Well, I guess I'm just a racist. See in the chat. Come yeah, look one here. It says we can see Knack stage. Yeah, Knack all, yeah. I think you're running soy yards instead of stream yards, but yeah, they are fucking soy bitches. But it's one of them where I can stream 24/7 on it. Than having to like fucking have only 20 hours. We can see your private chat and all. Oh well, I don't think there was it out in the private chat. You need to restart. No, it would probably just had to fucking. I had fucking Daytona on and fucking Apex talking, and it just couldn't handle it. Yeah, I'm still live. Yep, cheers. Got it. Fucking. Yeah, so where was we? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Newly announced Star Wars High Republic host Christina Arley calls all white people racist. Oh, yeah, there was something else on Monday. So yeah, in March 2022, Ali tweeted, "White people, fucking stop your racism." Yeah, so, yeah. In May 2020, she wrote, "White conservatives, please stop invoking racism like you give a shit. You don't. You just want to be able to say, what about when someone calls out 45 and is brilliant racism? Talk about President Trump." And in June 2020, she also wrote, "Just remember that white women are just as complicit in the upholding of enforcing white supremacy because I voted for Trump." And the official Star Wars account came out in support of Ali, writing, "Our Star Wars company is one of our hopes of inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. We support Christina Arley." And look at this. Oh God, this is when sign-head bitches are like, "Oh, I want to watch some Obi-Wan Kenobi," and you're like, "No, it's shit." But like, "Oh, I don't know, I'll give it a try." It's like, well, you're a fucking sign-head bitch. Because if you can't tell, it's gonna be shit. Well, anyway, Instagram will set to play the villainous Inquisitor working under Darth Vader is slated to have a major role in the upcoming series, with some arguing that the impact will be even greater than the title character of Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Ewan McGregor. Yeah, but he's fucking old, and he ain't got it no more. He ain't gonna be doing shit. That's why they've got to get Aaron. Well, to the effects of the character of Reva Sedana is described by the show's creator, Joby Harrell, as someone who will contribute to the legacy of Star Wars villains in a really interesting way. Yeah, but regardless of what her role is and how impacted it will be, Instagram revealed in an interview with Independent that Lucasfilm trained her to deal with the racism backlash towards fucking female soy crap towards her character ahead of the show premiere. It was something that Lucasfilms actually got in front of and said, "This is a thing that unfortunately likely will happen when you fucking take John Boyega's face out of the fucking poster." Oh, you mean that racism? No. You mean the racism that say, "Fucking shit chick flicks, keep 'em for the sign-head bitch"? Fuck off, I'm not watching it. But we're here to help you. We can let you know when it happens, Instagram said. Instagram also noted Obi-Wan Kenobi director Deborah Chow. So it's a woman directing this, but this ain't gonna fucking tell you how shit it's gonna be. It's 'cause you're a sign-head bitch. Fucking hell. This is why people don't wanna fucking save you sign-head bitches. And there won't be. You'll be fucked. But anyway, Chow has been putting the proper systems in place, so I feel safe as we do the work throughout production. Of course, there will always be pockets of hate. Hateful shit fucking action, yeah. There is. Instagram said, but I have no problem with the block button. Good, because you're going to be needing a lot of it. Oh, look at this. Flash from the past. Bet the sign-head bitches don't want to be reminded of fucking Rose Tico. But they fucking will be. Oh, hey, it's another red shirt. Yeah. Oh, I fucking figured. Gone past a bit too much, but there's it. Yeah. Yeah, say pal, how's the world treating you? Yeah, not too bad. How the world's gonna be treating the new fucking Obi-Wan's Soy Kenobi show is what fucking is gonna be the real question, but there's we can see them voting backstage. Yeah. It is screen sharing or something. Yeah. Hope you're well. Yeah. Cheers. And I fucking got one so far. Yes. How I don't know if you're aware, but the size of your screen is skewered. I'm seeing mostly white, and the left third is unrecognisable picture. Right. Yeah, fucking Scream Yard fuckers. Stream Labs and that. Oh, yeah, if it's like that though, that's because it will be sort of like that, but you can hear all right though. So yeah, the interview, the outlet cities in the interview, the outlets cites the often repeated lies that John Boyega and Kelly Marie Trans received. Oh yeah, well Boyega got fucking more from the company, does he? But fans as harassment following their respective roles in their recent Disney Star Wars trilogy. Well, yeah, the media blamed racist backlash for Kelly Marie's temporarily leaving leaving social media, despite the fact that the actress never claimed that she supported online harassment. Was the reason she left social media for the film. No, the reason why she left was because it was getting brought up that her character was so shit and ridiculous that fucking no one wanted to see it, and she couldn't defend it. And then fucking Disney proved it by leaving her out of the third fucking installment. But they're gonna say she was harassed. Instead, they took comments she made in a letter to New York Times about being a woman and a person of colour, and conflicted that with the narrative reaction fans had to the film The Last Jedi in order to discredit criticism of the movie. Yeah, damn right. See. Oh yeah, the link. It's ended. But I was gonna go on. But Captain, the link's ended. But I will be like streaming from there after I've done this. But it's just this article, and having to stream with Stream Yards, it was like too much for Streamlabs, and so it's now that screen focus on the chat, but it takes up the whole screen. Yeah, well, it's so you can see the chat though, and Bone, I'm not gonna watch Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, well, you're a racist, Bone, but I don't blame you, because I'm a racist too, because I won't be watching it. Anyway, this article's nearly finished. 4 years of media. Oh yeah. Yeah. John Boyega defended Kelly publicly, but was never a target of negative backlash himself. As a matter of fact, people defended Boyega when he spoke out against Disney-owned property, who he accused of sidelining his black character in the film and doing things such as removing his character from Chinese promotions of the movie posters in order to please the market of the CCPU or the CCP and earn more money. Since that fan base, Lucasfilms continued to profit off, yet rushed to condemn whenever they react or criticise the latest pet project from exclusive producer Kathleen Kennedy. The Disney-owned company is looking to get ahead of negative reactions to the series when it drops this coming Friday. So yeah, it's out tomorrow then. No, in 2 days. A lot. It's Thursday where I am, so yeah, technically it's out. But anyway, it also was possible this could be all a part of Lucasfilm's tried marketing strategy, one they originally used to promote Star Wars: The High Republic, which is shit. Novelist and comic book creator John Del Arozon posted that calling Star Wars fans racist, as they did when fans were justifiably upset with Arlen's comments, was actually part of their marketing strategy. Oh, look at this. You can tell how shit someone's going to usually be if it's action involved when there's so many women. It's like, oh god. Am I watching an action fucking film, or am I watching fucking Beaches? As in Beaches the film, not bitches, Beaches. Yes, Spooky, oh Spotty, how are you, Rosa? Yeah. Oh, this fucking looks terrible. I think if you look at the dude, his face, it's saying, oh shit. I didn't know how many women there was going to be in this, but anyway. Del Adron explained, this is just a marketing gimmick for Disney at the end of the day, because there is no talk about the High Republic that is positive. Nobody's interested in comics. Oh, well, no, shit comics. Nobody's interested in shit books, he should have said. And nobody's interested in a shit show that's discussing comics and books. And no one's interested in a fucking pile of shit called Obi-Wan Soy Kenobi. And so they have to try to make some sort of cause about in order to get people interested and try tactics at this point, he concluded. Oh. And this screenshot, it's like, oh yeah, that cyberpunk fucking feel is going down real good. I'm sure if we did an action film with a fucking female in it and we did loads of cyberpunk shit, then yeah, it's going to be real good. Soy-head bitch fucking material. But aside from claiming that Lucasfilms believe their own fans are racist, Ingram also expanded on how the Disney Plus series will add some much needed diversity to the world of Star Wars. Obi-Wan is going to bring the most diversity I think we've ever seen in the galaxy before, Ingram said. To me, it's long overdue. If you've got talking droids and aliens but no people of colour, it doesn't make any sense. It's 2022, you know, so we're just gonna make shit fucking female action for soy-nerds at the beginning of that change. But I think to start, that change is better than never having started it. Yeah. And look at this. Look how fucking old Ewan McGregor looks. Like if he's gonna start doing some good fucking lightsaber fights. Don't even look like he can fucking pick up a lightsaber no more. But apparently Star Wars is just now introducing diversity into the universe after 45 years. Oh, like Orlando Calrissian. They're just gonna totally forget about Orlando. But, Oh, um, Sonora Richard says, yes, I was starting to get ready for bed, but if you're looking for a little company, I could come up for a short while. But if you're happy flying solo, no hard feelings. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll thinking, because like this article's nearly done, and then I will be going back seeing if Daytona and Apex are there, and so yeah, and I put the link there, so like hopefully it'll run all right once I'm not having to get all these screenshots sort of thing. Oh shit. Brother, we just your screen size. I can't see your avatar at all, and nothing on the screen is watchable. Ah well, it's nearly finished now. But yeah, apparently Star Wars was doing it. But one could imagine what Star Wars would look like today if it wasn't for Kathleen Kennedy's leadership. For those interested in what upcoming Disney series has in store, the future of the franchise can look into the possible leaks that shed some light on the ending of the show. Everyone else will have to wait until it said March the 27th, but it's May the 27th. Probably that find out what happens. Fuck no, because I'll be just listening to what people say. Yeah, there's what I'm gonna be, and yeah, there's the fucking thumbnail. But anyway, yeah. Eldritch Lord Haster, yeah, there is no longer fantasy in fantasy or science fiction for that matter. Well, depends on which ones you watch, but one's recently been coming out, yeah, been a bit shite. And there we go, let's see. It'll let me back into. Oh, look at my CPU. Oh, well. Mm. Sooner Rachel says, is anybody else having trouble seeing what's on the screen, or is it just me? This is game frustrating. Well, it shouldn't be now, because, yeah, I'm going full screen. So, but, let me see. No, it's not. Oh, is it? Oh. Mm. Oh yeah, it must be. What was that one? Yep. So now let's see. Get back onto StreamYards. Fucking let's be, but this is the thing. It's doing too much. And I need to get some more memory sort of fucking cleared up. I should have done that before starting this stream. There, this, it's frozen. Fuck's sake, come on. There we go. studio. Is this studio? Clock ain't taking its time. Yeah, so yeah, I see it too. The link doesn't work. Seems to work for me. Hello, hope you're having a good night. Yeah. See. Okay, come on. Load up, for fuck's sake. Into studio. Right. Add myself to the stream. Yeah, now it should work. So now this should be more looking like StreamYards. Say, just overloaded with too much fucking talking and screenshots. Let's see. Richard says be tonight. Let's just leave it at that. Well, it's now working. Because now I can just. Now I've discussed about how fucking shit fucking Obi-Wan shit Kenobi is. Now I don't mind if people just come on and start talking about whatever. It's like, yeah, this is the time now. Oh yeah, it's gonna be soy as fuck. But I said that fucking months ago. When I heard Ewan McGregor was gonna be doing it and he was in fucking Birds of Prey, it was like, oh, that's gonna be soy as fuck. But as I said, no one comes on to argue. Because they know I'm right. There's not one person who said, oh no, you're wrong. There's been a few people said, oh yeah, well, I don't think it is going to be like that. But then when it comes on, it fucking is. But hey, so the red shirt. Add him onto stream.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Spockney was saying, Cockney Spock, you know, I call him Spockney, just my nickname for him. He was saying before he was trying to get on, but the link was sending him to an expired page. So I don't know why he was having trouble. I took his word for it.
Yeah, well, no, it's because like I'm on the free version of StreamYards, and so
Right.
I only have like 20 hours, and
oh, I dig you.
And so I go on to like Streamlabs, but it fucking gets like too much shit for it to process and that, and so it kicked me out of StreamYards because I was trying to like show the screenshots that I'd like took of the article because
Right.
yeah, and so it just want having none of it sort of thing. So it kicks me out of stream, and so I did the article, and then I've come back onto the StreamYards, but Wi-Fi. I mean, Daytona and Ashley and Apex. Like I've left because it's like, oh yeah, I want to hear. I'm
Okay,
here now,
that's
though.
unfortunate. And what I was talking about before, it wasn't a criticism, brother, but your screen, all I could see was like the very bottom right. When you were talking about, here's Obi-Wan looking like a soy nerd, I couldn't tell fuck all. All I could see was a tiny bit of his left shoulder.
Yeah.
And the rest of the screen was white.
Yeah, I fucked up there because I have the real close-up. So you know when like you were seeing the chat and it was like full screen of the chat.
Right.
Well, I should have turned that off and put it back onto full screen so you'd have seen the full screen.
Right.
But yeah, I fucked up there.
Okay, well, just like that's what I was trying to tell you, to let you
Yeah.
know. Just because you were, going and kept showing different pictures, but nobody could see what the fuck you were talking about. Like it was just, like I say, it was predominantly white with a tiny bit of the picture on the left-hand side of our screen showing up, which is invariably somebody's shoulder.
Yeah, I'd fucked up there. I'd fucked up. Because it's all like fucking... It's like, when you're using StreamYards, you can just show the like article on like a screenshot, and you do have that option on there, but it's easier just to show the full screen. But I've got to put it on the full screen. But trust me, it's soy as fuck. It's soy as fuck.
Well, okay, I gotta get your version of this. I'm sorry I came late, but a bunch of people. I'm hearing all this shit about it's so your icon for tonight, your thumbnail rather for tonight says you're racist for not watching Obi Soy One.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
That bird who's fucking starring in it.
Okay, I read the article that she had spoken about. I don't remember. There was nowhere in the article where she said you're racist for not watching this. I'm not trying to stick up for her. I'm just saying I'm hearing a lot of this blowback from the article I read. She was told by Disney when she was hired for the part to expect some uncolorful comments.
Yeah, well, she's been brainwashed, hasn't she?
That was it.
Yeah, but she's been brainwashed, so now she believes that if the show does shit, it's because racists didn't want to see a black woman. Instead of people who want to see good action don't want to see a woman do shit action. But no, they're not going to say that. They're going to say, "Oh, it's racist. It's because you're black."
Right.
And then they're probably going to have to change it to like, "Oh no, they're sexist," because there's going to be black people saying they don't like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi, and so then they're going to have to be like, "Oh well, you're a sexist then."
Okay. Well, based on, have you seen the trailers yet? Have you seen any of the trailers that have come out for Obi-Wan?
I do not want to. I want to keep my fucking testicles. I want testosterone in my testicles. I nearly had some of it removed with Moon Knight, but luckily enough, there was great masculine action in Moon Knight, which you ain't gonna get in Obi-Wan, I don't think. Well,
you know what, buddy? I take a slightly different approach than you on this.
Yeah.
With respect.
Yeah.
I'm open-minded.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna make up my mind based on a trailer or something that's been said and then reworked to fit a common narrative, such as This thing, it's going to be all feminist shit like this. I haven't seen enough of this yet.
Oh well.
And if nobody has, why am I seeing all these sites popping up going, "Oh shit, it's going to be shit, it's going to be shit"? I got a feeling, and I know why, but I'd like to hear why you think why.
Because it's a female, a woman.
And I know you. You're a pretty stand-up guy.
It's a female. Actually, it's a female.
Okay, but what about
you're basically saying, right, this is going to be shit action. You know it's going to be shit action because there's a female in it. It's like if I sort of like got dressed up in a ballerina's costume and started doing Swan Lake.
Right.
You know it'd be shit. Because I'm a male. I won't be able to do that female fucking split shit and all that.
Well, okay.
So you'd know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and so... Well,
mind you, I'd probably be willing to give you a chance if you trained for 30 years in the Russian ballet and you became a prima ballerina and you earned the right to star in Swan Lake. If you're talking about a high school transvestite production of Swan Lake, I agree.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No, basically, they're like, well, you're not as good as a woman, so we'll do a male version of it, and we'll let you do the best you can do. Seeing you've been training 30 years, but you're still fucking shit compared to the best women at doing Swan Lake.
Right. Okay. But that is, and there are men in Swan Lake. I don't know if you've ever actually seen the ballet.
Yeah, but they don't.
I have, not because I'm a huge fan of ballet, but I had a landlady. She was an elderly Russian woman, rich, and she would occasionally talk me into taking her to the theater. If I drove, she'd pay for the tickets or whatever. So I ended up getting to see, out of curiosity, and she'd always have prime front row center seats to everything. So I ended up seeing like a lot of HMS Pinafore, the Mikado, a bunch of other things that normally I never would have gone seen on my own ever.
Yeah,
but well, because I was
let's get back to Swan Lake,
woman.
Right? Yeah, well, let's get back to Swan Lake.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Swan Lake, you'll notice the women are more flexible. That's why they do really flexible sort of movements that the men can't do. The men are there to basically lift the women up, because the women like can't lift other women up as good as the men, and so they basically got the men there just so they can lift the women up.
Yeah, okay, they no doubt, and I'm not making any argument to the contrary, the women do the heavy lifting in the production of Swan Lake. But Swan Lake aside,
but that's because they're more
for this movie. I like Ewan McGregor. I think he's a good guy. I've liked a lot of his films. I haven't liked all of them, but I've liked many.
Don't say you like a film just because you like the person, because then that's like saying, oh yeah.
Hang on.
Ewan McGregor could go do a film like Bears of Prey, and you'd go watch it. And so,
say that again. Sorry, slowly, please.
Ewan McGregor did Birds of Prey, and so on your logic,
and that was a terrible movie.
Yeah, but you'd go watch it because it had Ewan McGregor in.
You cut me off before I finished. Respectfully, brother, you cut me off before I finished.
Well, that's
all I said was I like Ewan McGregor, and I think he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
So that's one point in favor of this production for me.
And that'd be one point in favor of Birds of Prey.
And I'm only talking for me. What?
It'd be another point in favour of Birds of Prey, but it was still shit. And even McGregor in that was shit. It wasn't even. He was good in that. It wasn't. Ewan McGregor was good in a shit film. Ewan McGregor was shit in an even shitter film. So I don't know why you like wanting to see Ewan McGregor anymore. But
have you ever seen Trainspotting?
No, because I sort of like lived in a place where Trainspotting was in real life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so why bother
Danny Boyle Danny Boyle's a pretty man's man director. You've seen some of his work before. He was the director of that. If you get a chance to see Trainspotting and you're bored one night, give it a shot.
I know what
It
it's
is a
about.
very well made, excellent film.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
about smackheads.
It's from the book.
It's about smackheads.
Yeah, exactly.
Why
Yeah,
am I going
yeah.
to watch a film about people I could easily knock a few doors down and watch them be smackheads? Trainspotting
Okay,
was a film for people who don't know about real life situations, and so they like filmed real life situations for people who don't live that shit. Luckily enough, they don't. But I had seen that shit, and so I didn't want to see it in a fucking movie. That's why that's why I like
fine.
action
Then,
films.
Yeah, okay. But to to the vast majority of the rest of the world, we don't live in a town that has a prevalent smack problem in the 80s. That we don't. So for me, it was a unique story. There's plenty of smack in Toronto, plenty of smackheads, but I still found it a very well told, interesting story that made me root for the main character, even though he's a smackhead. He was getting clean. Okay, but forget that. Forget that. Ewan McGregor's done lots of films. We were talking about Swan Lake before. Did you ever see what was that Baz Luhrmann film he did with Nicole Kidman, the singing one?
Oh,
I found I really enjoyed that movie.
fucking.
My girlfriend dragged me to that,
Oh,
and I ended up having a really good time.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman was at the height of her beauty.
was it Miss
Um,
Lally
the
or something
songs
like
were-
that, wasn't it?
No, it was Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, that's it then. Laurent Rouge, yeah.
Yeah,
Miss.
yeah, about the
it was some
whorehouse
name,
in
yeah.
Paris.
Yeah, well, he might have done a good job on that, but that's because he didn't fucking get to like get his feminist sort of agenda across. He's a good actor.
I don't understand that.
Oh, because Obi-Wan Kenobi's gonna
Sorry,
be
mate?
feminist as fuck. It's not gonna be as bad as She-Hulk, but it's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be all like, oh yeah, women are like real powerful and that. It's like,
Yeah. Again, you shit all over me for saying Ewan McGregor's a good actor and saying, well, Ewan McGregor's not going to make the movie. I'm just finding it amazing that you're willing to immediately castigate the movie as being shit based on what you heard. You just told me you haven't seen the trailer. You've seen some still photographs and you made up your mind, which is absolutely your right to do, 100%. I'm not saying it's not. But I'm saying I loved Star Wars. I even enjoyed the prequel movies. Phantom Menace less, but my favorite character in the prequel movies was Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I didn't picture Alec Guinness being such a badass. Now, there was a lot of special effects and shit, sure, but it was still, he was good in those movies. I enjoyed him. I had no problem with that. I liked the Clone Wars, and I liked what was the last one of the prequel movies? The Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
With the Anakin Skywalker. A little over the top, but good action, good effects. It was an enjoyable movie. And you know what? Even Phantom Menace had Darth Maul. Darth Maul was kick ass. I thought he was a great character. Biggest mistake
I like the prequels.
George Lucas made was killing him off.
Well, I like the prequels,
Yeah.
mate.
Right.
I thought there was
So
a
do
bit
I.
cheesy, a bit, but it was made by Disney, and so I knew it was going to try and appeal to the kids and that. But I thought they did a good fucking job. I liked them. I was entertained.
Yeah. The prequels weren't done by Disney, brother. He hadn't sold Star Wars off yet.
No. I should have said,
But-
like, I know there was going to have like a kiddie element to it because it was trying to sell, like, for the kids and that, wasn't it? You know, they didn't, when they released Star Wars, they didn't be like, oh yeah, we'll just do this for adults only. They had that kiddie sort of element, which I thought it wasn't too bad. I didn't really mind it.
George Lucas has said on numerous occasions that when he came up with Star Wars, the children were the primary audience, but he deliberately tried to write something the adults would find entertaining too. He succeeded beyond his wildest imaginations. He thought he was making a good movie, but he had no idea before Star Wars was released, what a juggernaut it would become. The original budget for Star Wars was what, $14 million? It wasn't the 300 million they spend on a Star Wars movie today.
Yeah, well, like the thingy and all, like sort of give the 14 million to them, thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be shit, but fuck it, you know, we'll just shut them daft cunts up. They've been nagging for us to make a film, and they did real well for them, didn't it? Because yeah, but. As I say, I just know what is going to be shit to me, and I think Obi-Wan Kenobi series is going to be shit. I'm not saying you can't watch it or anyone else can't watch it, but I'm saying I won't be watching it. No.
Yeah. I just think that's really unfortunate and I'm hearing this more and more on YouTube, and it's, to be honest, it's starting to piss me off a little, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and I'm not trying to start a fight, just the idea that you hear something and Alex Kurtzman has his name tangentially involved with it. Kathleen Kennedy is on the board of directors or whatever of this movie. Doesn't mean she went out and filmed the fucking thing. Now, she had way too much power for the Star Wars movies, but she doesn't have the same power on the TV series.
Apart from Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I think.
She's not calling the shots.
Well, on the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, it will seem like she's calling the shots.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. I mean,
occasionally, yeah.
We'll see in about 6 weeks' time, or when the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is finished, and everyone can see if it is as shit as I say it's going to be. But then they won't come back.
And
then they'll just leave it.
And if in 6 weeks' time, I was just going to say, in 6 weeks' time, you definitely have carte blanche to point back at tonight's episode of the Independer show. I don't know what you call your show, buddy. And say, hey, I called it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've been calling it for fucking years.
Right. Okay. People were saying, have you seen the new Suicide Squad film? The one that had the Harley Quinn chick that was in that terrible Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
The new one, not the first one, the second one.
Yeah.
It's called The Suicide. It's a very confusing. The original one was called Suicide Squad. The sequel was called The Suicide Squad.
I watched it because it had Sylvester Stallone in it as the shark dude.
Right, exactly. Now, that was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest, but it was a pretty good movie. It entertained me. I liked the way...
I thought the ending was shit.
You didn't care for it?
No, the ending was a bit shit. It was a bit more centralised on fucking Harley Quinn. It was like, oh, God.
Well, she's a blonde cutie, so I kind of understand. And in the comic book world, she, out of everybody in the Suicide Squad, is the only one to have her own comic book series and is the most famous out of all of them. Had you ever heard of Peacemaker before? The guy with the bucket on his head sort of thing?
No, I didn't.
Polka Dot Man.
No,
Deadshot is quite famous too.
Yeah, it was all the fucking C characters with a B character fucking leading them, but I didn't. I watched
just
it,
a quick hello to Death by Saber, and I was just saying a couple of people entered the chat here. Death by Saber and our old pal Darius Munchausen.
Yeah. Cheers. It's on the red shirt. Let's. get into the chat sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Because Dipper Saber says, what are we talking about tonight? It was the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that is coming up. And like the links there. And Darius Munchausen says Margaret Robbie is the Harley Quinn. Oh yeah, I'll give Margie a good
Yeah. The Australian actress. I'm pretty sure Darius Munchausen knows who we're talking. He might have just walked in as we finished talking about Margot Robbie. But he's pretty up on what's going on in the world today. Death by Saber, Margot Robbie's snatch scene in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. She's got a hilarious story where she talks about her brother going with her to the premiere and coming and like all his friends were razzing him later. We saw your sister's pussy.
I know. She didn't even warn him. She didn't even warn him. Because I'd want warning about that.
Yeah. That would be a shock. I mean, we can love Margot Robbie as much, but it's her brother. I get like him cringing totally over that scene. I get that. Fair enough. Him and the father would be the two guys in the world that get to cringe on that scene, you know. But and Darius Munchausen says Muscle Shark, which I assume is a reference to Sylvester Stallone's character.
Yeah.
If I'm reading my emojis.
Yeah, I forget what I think it was just Mr. Shark or whatever it's called. One of them fucking. Right. I do say.
The larger point I was just trying to make. Yeah.
Unless you was really fucking into like your DC fucking universe.
Mm-hmm. King Shark was the character's name.
That was it, King Shark.
King Shark, I think, comes from Aquaman comics.
Right, yeah.
Possibly Shazam. Yeah.
Well, yeah. It does sound more Aquaman though, doesn't he? Because you King Shark against King Aquaman. Or is he a king?
Yeah.
Like,
it's possible. It's to be honest, I don't know where he got his start. And sometimes with these DC guys, they'll interchange. And for example, Solomon Grundy, everybody sees him as a Batman villain. He started out as a villain in was it either Superman or Shazam? Like he was their bad guy, but now he's kind of become Batman's bad guy.
Yeah.
Because it's fun watching Batman fight a Hulk-sized thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they also made Solomon Grundy changed a lot since I was a kid. Solomon Grundy was a big man, but he was a normal-sized human being. Now he's like as big as the Hulk.
Yeah.
That's how he's drawn.
Yeah.
It's like he's 9 feet tall and giant white-haired zombie.
Yeah.
Cool look. Definitely a cool look.
Yeah. I love that Frankenstein look.
As I was asking about the Suicide Squad, I was asking you that because I don't know if you remember a lot of the previews for that. People were predicting, "Oh, this is going to be garbage." Suicide Squad, the first one was a terrible movie. James Gunn, he's a great guy, but he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. This movie's going to fail, and it turned out to be a surprise hit. People enjoyed it, and why? Because the writing was good, the action was good, the cinematography was reasonable, good. I mean, it wasn't bad, it wasn't stellar or nothing.
Well, it had some masculine action in it,
and I know that ending definitely had some masculine action. I grew up watching kung fu films, loved kung fu movies. I've seen hundreds of them, and if you ever go to my site, I'm kind of an aggregate for kung fu films. I have and I'm not making this up, you can check me on this, I have over 1,200 movies in my kung fu file alone, that if anybody goes to my site, they can just quickly access instead of looking all over the internet. Films from
but there is shit kung fu
Jackie Chan.
movies.
Yeah, of course there is. There's shit every genre movie. There's shit cop movies, cowboy movies, dinosaur movies, but there are great cowboy movies, cop movies, dinosaur movies too. And on my file, just in case anybody did go take a look, there are two. One is called Kung Fu, and one is called Sweet Sweet Kung Fu. Sweet Sweet Kung Fu, I have personally watched and I recommend. Kung Fu is a mixed bag. There's 211 movies in the Sweet Sweet Kung Fu file, and I've seen them all. And I personally recommend that you won't be disappointed for whatever reason. Acrobatic Kung Fu, their weapon Kung Fu, their Shaolin Kung Fu. Most of the stuff, I tend towards the older, ancient China sort of thing, where guys would walk around with swords and shit like that.
Well,
I like modern Kung Fu, but
the old Kung Fu was in the day where you had to be able to fucking do Kung Fu, and that's why there weren't many women in them Kung Fu films, or if there was, they'd have a little bit of a role, but there wouldn't be fucking the main star.
Brother,
because
there were some amazing chick Kung Fu artists.
Yeah,
now,
but not as amazing.
To be fair,
yeah, but wait there. Wait there. Let me finish though. But they weren't as amazing as enough to get a lead role, because in them days you had to be able to do some good shit, and if you was not being able to do this shit, then you wasn't getting fucking them roles, and that's why there were some pretty good Kung Fu movies, because you had to fucking be able to do the shit. And so that's why females didn't really get much. I mean, the best female was Cynthia Rockrock. And
oh, God, no. God, no. Cynthia Rockrock was great, but the best? No.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry.
Well, who would you say was better than her?
Michelle Yeoh. Right off the top of my head, Michelle Yeoh. And working today. She just made a film, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This is going to be the big film of the summer, I'm convinced. From what I heard, I don't normally listen to the reviewers, but Critical Drinker was just coming all over that movie.
Well, he would.
What a refreshing fucking
flick,
change.
Yeah, but it's a chick flick. He's well into his
No,
chick
it's not.
flicks. Oh, it will be.
No, it's a science fiction movie. It's a sci-fi kung fu action
chick flick
movie with a pretty interesting premise. I don't want to spoil.
A chick flick. I'm calling it a chick
Michelle
flick.
Yeoh.
Another one I'll be calling right.
Yeah, again, with respect, brother, you're making a call, and you just learned about the movie 30 seconds ago.
That's how good I am. That's how good I am.
Do that?
Yeah, that's how good I am. I just know female lead, she's gonna be shit. I mean, that's how simple it is. I don't know how these sign-head bitches can't fucking see how fucking simple it is, but I just let them fucking find it out the hard way.
It also stars, I'm going to get his name wrong, Ki Hugh Wan, who we haven't seen on this side of the Pacific in 40 years. Do you know who he is? He was Short Round in Indiana Jones.
Oh.
Remember Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom and the Goonies? Yeah. He's now in his 50s, and he's worked as a stunt coordinator in Hong Kong action films for the last 25, 30 years of his life, making a good name for himself. And the action I saw in this movie looked absolutely spot fucking on from both Ki Hwan and Michelle Yeoh.
From
she was throwing down like she did in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Even better, I'd say.
Wow.
And remarkable considering her age.
Oh, that was another shit film.
Well, it wasn't for everybody. I quite enjoyed it. Beautifully shot film. Gorgeous use of color, and Ang Lee isn't for everybody.
Well,
but,
I'll tell you something.
Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah, it did make a better painting than it did a film. But I'll tell you something though. What about Scott Adkins? His new film going to be made, Accident Man 2.
I gotta know exactly who Scott Adkins is. I've always pronounced it Akins, but you're probably right, Atkins. I haven't seen the first one.
Oh,
I've missed that.
fucking
Was
real
the first one good?
Oh yeah. Well, Scott Atkins is one of the top fucking martial art performers today, because he's fucking been in loads of fucking martial art films, loads of fucking Marvel and DC films and all, but he always played like a stuntman role, so you know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah, that's where he
Accident
made
Man.
his bones in the stunt world, but he's getting into acting.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, he's one of them where he started off in Hong Kong doing like fight films, and so in Hong Kong you're basically stuntman slash actor, and so he's got that sort of like stuntman slash actor where he's still fucking real good at acting, but he's not the greatest of actor. But you don't have to be with the shit he can do.
Right.
If you see fucking, and I suggest you do, if you fucking like real good martial art films, Accident Man 1, it's fucking class. And there's a bad fight scene in it where she don't do too bad, but she's a bad, and so she ain't gonna do out great. But she has a fight with Scott Atkins, and that with a samurai sword, and she does quite good, you know, considering she's a bad. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Oh, Accident Man.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, and the filming Accident Man 2, which
I'll put it on the list.
oh yeah, you want to see Accident Man 1? It's real cheap because it's been out like about 3 or 4 years, sort of thing. Yeah, Scott Atkins.
Okay.
It's a comic book and all. It originally started off as a comic book in the like late 80s, early 90s. Scott Atkins did a film of it. That's what I'll be looking forward to. I've been telling people, oh yeah, fucking about Scott Atkins and that, because he did a film recently with Dolph Lundgren called Castle Falls. Don't know if you've seen that.
No.
Oh, hey, yeah, well that one.
Castle Falls?
Yes.
You said Castle, okay.
Yeah, it's like not to do with the castles neither. I think they called it Castle Falls because it's somewhat to do with like a building company maybe called Castle, but that's what it's called anyway. I watched the film and there was no castles in it, but it's about like this dude who fucking finds like this hidden money from a bank job in a construction site, and these like bank sort of like mafia dudes sort of thing go and collect the money whilst he's stolen it, so then they're after him, and Dolph Lundgren gets involved because he's also wanting the money, and so Dolph Lundgren and Scott Atkins sort of team up. Not the greatest of Scott Atkins.
Okay. How long ago was this?
Oh yeah, this was like just recently. This about 6 months ago.
Yeah. You remember Red Scorpion?
Oh yeah.
The Dolph Lundgren film from, what was it, 1988 or 89?
Yeah, late 80s.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in the theater.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty kick-ass. That was probably my favorite Dolph Lundgren film, aside, of course, from Rocky 3.
4.
But
because Rocky 3.
4?
Yeah,
was
Rocky
it?
3 was B.A. Baracus.
Oh yeah. It was Mr. T. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. T was in 3.
Yeah, and because Rocky 1 and 2 is a rematch sort of thing against Apollo Creed. Well, Apollo Creed, and then the rematch against Apollo Creed. But hey, I tell you something.
Yeah.
that Red Scorpion, it was like really fucking good because they'd filmed it. I forget exactly where they filmed it, but they filmed it where they could basically do what the fuck they like because there weren't that much regulations, so they're blowing
Right.
up shit in that. And not,
Yeah. Wasn't it filmed largely in Africa?
um,
If I'm thinking right.
but
It was
no,
supposed to be the Cuban occupation of not Angola, but oh
right.
shit, I forget.
I thought it was
The
like
premise was the communist angle.
I think it was
Sorry.
Afghanistan on it. I think, but it could have been Cuba because I'm maybe getting a bit thingy with Rambo 3, but anyway, yeah.
I remember the Cubans were the Soviet representation in that film, and he was sent down there to murder a doctor or something who was a rebel leader.
Right.
And M. Emmett Walsh was in it too. M. Emmett Walsh is the overweight American guy. We've all seen him in 100 fucking films. He's been great in. Just, of course, now I got to think of one I can't. That's embarrassing, you know, when you can picture the actor and then you can't remember a fucking film he's been in, but you know you've seen him in 100 films.
Yeah. Bit actors are, aren't they? You know, they
don't Blade Runner. Blade Runner. He was Deckard's cop boss in Blade Runner.
Right.
That's one of his more famous roles.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the chat. See.
And there's 3 people here. Chime in, guys. What's your favorite Dolph Lundgren movie?
Yeah.
What's your favorite kung fu, Dolph Lundgren, or just action movie in general?
Hey, well, I say somewhat. What was it? Showdown in Little Bangkok or something with Brandon Lee. With Dolph
Brandon Lee, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
with Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
Right.
Brandon
those
Lee
two teamed up for that
good.
one. That wasn't too bad.
Oh, well, Brandon Lee was fucking
Brandon
good.
Lee got taken way too young.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's so fucking good.
Right
like
when
his
he did The Crow, too.
No, he didn't.
That's like Schwarzenegger dying before he on the set of Terminator, you know, and everybody goes, oh, if he only lived. Fuck. What did we miss? And he's been in some dumb movies, too. Laser Mission was a Brandon Lee movie I saw years ago.
Yeah,
it came as a 2-pack with, I
Yeah.
think, Showdown in Little Tokyo, actually. Showdown in Little
Yeah,
Tokyo
yeah,
and
yeah.
Laser Mission.
Yeah. Hey, well,
Terrible name.
yeah, but fucking got Brandon Lee in, so you know there's going to be some good action fucking in it. I think he did do a fucking one shit film, like where he didn't do much action in it, but most of it did. I even play really shit fucking as long as there's some good action in it. As long as I see some good fucking moves that I like, wow, yeah.
Right. The stress on that poor guy's shoulders. Your father's like one of the most famous action stars to ever live. You know, he dies when you're a kid. And now you're trying to get, you know, job. And that's, you know, my hat was off to him for sticking with it, you know, coming through. He was never the martial artist his father was, but he could do action.
Oh,
no
well.
doubt.
Yeah, but you're talking about one of the best, though, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the pressure on the guy's shoulders.
Oh, yeah. But
it's not like his dad died when he was 25 and he trained him for 20 years. He, you know, passed away when Brandon Lee was just a little kid.
Yeah, well, I think it was in his blood, though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, he did a fucking real.
What?
Yeah, because like some of his like moves and that were fucking good, as in he'd fucking trained enough for that. Like, obviously he wasn't as good as his dad, but in some ways he was a bit more athletic than his dad, as in he could do a bit more flips and that. But
well, remember too, I think he was like a good 3 or 4 inches taller than his old man.
Oh yeah.
And there's certain, I know I don't have to tell you, but like kicking martial arts and shit like that lends itself to smaller guys. When you're Dolph Lundgren size throwing kicks, you're a 6'5" guy, you know, with a leg that's fucking as long as Texas trying to throw kicks in. a shorter guy like Bruce Lee can get in 2 when you can get in 1. Now that 1 is powerful, but if it's slower, I'm just saying bigger guys have it tougher when it comes to flipping and kicking and doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Better at hitting and wrestling.
Yeah, well, usually the bigger guys don't have to learn to do that sort of shit because they use their size.
Yeah. Right. But it's always interesting when you can see a bigger guy pull off that shit, no doubt.
Yeah.
Always good fun.
Yeah, because I think Scott Atkins, he's like nearly 6 foot. Or
yeah,
but he's not real tall though. Cause Thingy's tall.
No.
Does good kicks in that. White or Michael J. White.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, Michael J. White.
Oh, Michael J. White.
Yeah.
Black fella that did Spawn and Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Black Dynamite?
Dynamite.
Great movie.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the
Dynamite?
Yeah. Have you seen the
cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of the cartoon too. Too bad it only lasted 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But
still good though.
With what was it, Queen Bee?
Yeah.
Shit, he had a funny cast of characters too.
Yeah.
With him. And all over from the movie.
Yeah. Cream Corn was the like.
Cream Corn, thank you.
The diggy dude. And what was the like?
And
one with the...
It was the guy that was always doing the poetry or the rhyming. Shit, not Rufus.
The one with the mush. Shit.
He had the flat cap and he was a heavy set guy.
Yeah, with the like handlebar mustache. Oh, see if anyone knows in the chat.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Help us out here. Anybody remember the cast of Black Dynamite? We got Queen Bee, Cream Corn, Black Dynamite himself, and he was always rhyming, and he always did the little narration at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I'll have to fucking go.
Black Dynamite is. Yeah. He was constantly being chased by ninjas, which wasn't in his original idea, but then he realized that's a good way to get around the N-word and still have it. So you get a lot of people going, these fucking ninjas is all over the motherfucking place. These fucking ninjas try to steal my cow. These fucking ninjas. You can joke they kind of ran into the ground, but it was kind of funny listening to them say it. But yeah, Black Dynamite is fucking classic. Yeah, I wish somebody out here would do a Black Dynamite watch party. I'd go for that. Maybe do the movie one night and then work on the series the rest. There were only 2 seasons of it. So it's not like it would be a very long thing to do. But you got to have better computer stuff than I do. All I got's a phone and a tablet. That's why nobody ever sees me host a StreamYard show. I don't have the tech. I don't know how Cockney does it. I really don't. He does it all off his phone. But the power of his personality, and some work with that. Well, okay, we talked about Obi-Wan and some older movies. Are there any movies you're looking forward to coming out?
Oh,
anything that's right around the corner?
Not really. Gonna have to wait till next year for fucking John Wick 4.
Oh yeah, John Wick 4. Okay, yeah, John Wick. That's pretty solid. Solid, good gung fu, not kung fu, gun fu.
Yeah.
Guys doing martial arts with guns. Speaking of which, I started to say this before, but we lost track. Did you ever watch any of them? The height of the Hong Kong gung fu movement with Chow Yun-fat and Tony Leung. Tony Leung most famously recently was the bad guy in the Shang-Chi movie. He played Shang-Chi's dad.
Yeah.
He's almost 60 now,
Mm.
right? But back when he was young, he did some great movies. Did you ever see Hard Boiled?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hard Boiled was a fucking classic. John Woo. John Woo's a great action director.
Yeah, isn't that the one where
in America he did films like Broken Arrow, but he did The Killers with Chow Yun Fat and Tony Leung, and Hard Boiled. Hard Boiled, Chow Yun Fat was a cop named Tequila. Was a big jazz musician too, part time. That was just like a little side thing, but so many great scenes in that. The gunfight in the tea shop in the beginning that opened up the movie, remember? And Chow Yun Fat comes sliding down that rail, two-fisting the 45s, and he just lays waste to like a dozen Chinese guys. They're all trying to shoot him down.
Yeah, well,
and all the guys with the bird cages in the tea house.
Well,
they all had guns underneath the bottoms of the bird cages.
Well, yeah, I can't remember exactly because I remember from that film that where like the hospital gets like set on fire. So,
yes.
So he has to rescue some.
Yeah. At the end.
Yeah.
Right. And Tony Leung, who, like I was saying, played the dad in Shang-Chi. He was in that too. And Tony Leung, back in the day, he could do action really good.
Yeah.
He was good. Chow Yun Fat and him together. And they combined kung fu and guns. You know, that was an early start for that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong, I love Jackie Chan and I always will. But for hardcore, bloody action, John Woo, Chow Yun Fat, that was the way to go. You wanted fun action from Hong Kong. It was Jackie Chan. But Jackie Chan never shot anybody's eye out or anything.
No.
If he killed the bad guy, it's because the bad guy really deserved it. It was with martial arts or something.
Yeah.
Remember Police Story? Jackie Chan's Police Story?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was his first cop movie. Jackie Chan's done like 15 or 16 cop movies, but the Police Story series was just fucking awesome. Tons of amazing action. That fight in the mall at the end of Police Story.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He gets up to like the 10th floor and the guys close in on him.
Right.
And he dumps all the clothes off a clothing rack and he starts spinning around this clothing rack, holding on to it, like a square frame clothing rack that's on wheels.
Yeah.
And he's spinning around. He's using it as a weapon. He's using it as a vehicle. He's beating people with the thing. And then when they got him surrounded, he turns, he runs, and he jumps right off the edge, 10 stories up. And he grabs this, in the middle of the mall was like a big pole. And down the pole was a big Christmas tree with lights and stuff. We're all wrapped around the pole. It's Christmas time. And Santa's village was at the bottom. And he did this wonderful stunt where he leaps. And he had to leap like 15 odd feet at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait there. Captain
Grab the pole.
Yeah.
While the electricity is still on.
Yeah, give a sec. You can finish this story. Captain Cockney says, how does one get the link's pinned. It's just that, like...
The link was up, buddy. It worked fine.
Yeah, it's one.
Try it again.
Pinned, because like I wasn't in the chat at the time. Oh, it was a private chat.
Is he backstage? Because I just read he's got a private chat. I don't know how I do it either.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was in the private chat. So yeah, I probably. Oh, here we go. That's the stream. It'll hopefully be adding.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain.
There he is. There's my old pal, me old bean, me old son, me old sock, me old China plate. How are you?
Been from a hard day's work, so very tired.
You're saying you were hitting the garden?
Yep.
You were getting your crops planted, was it?
Something like that. No, it's trimming roses and pulling out onion weeds, because that's what they want.
Wow.
Yeah, they want me to get chemicals. So I'm like, let me pull it out by hand. No chemicals. Don't put drugs on the plants.
Right.
So,
yeah,
good fun. Very tiring, but very rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
So what's new and different? What's the latest?
Sorry to interrupt, Cockney. I just wanted to quickly bring to Jens's attention. I've got so I can read the chat. I've got my tablet on with the sound off. I'm on my phone on StreamYards, but on YouTube, it's just a big white screen. It says private chat in the top right corner.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, thingy.
Sorry for interrupting there, Cockney. Please continue.
No worries. I was just getting warmed up. I'm not saying anything. Just arriving, warming up. Hello.
Right. Good on you. Good on you, mate. I see Darius is still sticking around. That's good.
Darius
I always like to see Darius.
Darius should come.
I haven't seen this cat enough.
I know. Well, Darius should come on because I want to ask him a few questions about the track I sent him. If it's all right for him, or if he needs it a bit more cleaning up and that. But don't know if he's still in the chat.
I don't know.
I've got bad news, everyone.
You're still widescreen on YouTube. What's wrong, Cockney?
It's not going to be a time travel poster. It's going to be a book.
And not just a book. Volume 1 of.
Exactly, my friend. Quite right. Just at the beginning of time travel, then we'll do the end of time travel, and then of course we'll do the middle of time travel.
Dude, there's the title for your book. A Brief History of Time.
Oh,
Stephen Hawking.
You're
going to steal from the best.
Oh, copyright red shirt. That is good. A Brief History of Time Travel. Yeah. Featuring new bonus chapter, President Jens is wrong, before I've heard what he said.
Yeah, I know. Is it? You're saying I'm wrong, but you're not proving it, because you haven't even watched the video yet.
I'm not even bothered watching the video. I can't be asked. It's like Doomcock watching Burnett's video about Deckard not being a replicant. I know I'm right. If it wasn't you, Jens, I wouldn't bother. I'd just go, who's this knobhead, and leave it there. But since it's you, since you've destroyed Total Recall, I have to at least be open to the possibility that you might have something to teach me.
Yeah, well, that's it. Even if you don't agree with my theory at the end of it, it's quite a good video to watch. If you know you want to.
Yeah, no, I like it because Jens, in broad brushstrokes, a lot of people don't even believe there's 2 Martin McFlys and 2 timelines. They lose their shit when I tell them there's 4. Only Jens, to be fair, right or wrong, son of a red shirt. Only Jens has gone, no, Cockney. There's not 4 timelines. There's 8. I'm like, damn, he's taking it. He's taking the ball and running with it. He's going, Cockney, you've not gone far enough. There's clearly 8 timelines. I'm like, all right, Jens. I don't care if you're right or wrong. I'm in for the journey.
Yeah. Well, I only thought, like you, there was about 4 timelines, but it's one of them.
Not about 4, Jens. That makes our science look random. Precisely 4, not 3.9, not 4.1. Precisely 4 timelines.
No, but that's me.
About 4.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really know how many. I know there was a few timelines in it, but I didn't know how many, and I still don't know it because, as I say, I saw 8 of them, and I'm only using the timelines from Marty going back from 1955 to when he comes back from 1985, because, as you said, Cockney, there's that timeline that happens.
Yeah.
At the end, where
at the end,
yes, but I didn't put that timeline
Doc
in.
Brown goes to the future and then comes back. And of course, to him, 1985 is the past.
Yeah, causing another timeline
right there.
Yeah, causing another timeline where Marty goes into the future, because the original timeline was it'd be just play out like fucking get married, have
just
kids.
Left it there.
Yeah. But I didn't.
It's your kids, Marty.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do that timeline, but I did all the ones I could see from when Marty goes back from 1955 to when he comes back into 1985. But yeah, I saw 8, but there might be more. But as I say, I saw 8 of them. But
fair. No, I've come to appreciate. I think I've come to prefer someone going, "You're wrong, Cockney," and here's why. Than, "Yeah, you're right, Cockney." I think I'd rather have an intense disagreement than a casual agreement. Death by 1,000 cuts. Kill me with faint praise. So I think I've learnt that's a YouTube lesson. I think I'd rather have, "Cockney, you're quite wrong, but here's why," rather than, "Yeah, maybe Cockney."
Oh yeah. Well, as I say, I've done the video, so you can look at it and like.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Are you using small words and big pictures? Because that's how I like it.
Yeah, try to. But it's time travel.
Did you post it already, Enz?
What? About
Did
what?
you post it?
Yeah, yeah.
The video you're speaking of? Did you post the video?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on my channel. Cheers, son of a red
What's
shirt. You.
Yeah.
You guess? I guess you've got your. I guess you got your notifications turned off from my channel.
It's not us, it's YouTube. They're wankers like that.
Oh yeah.
They'll switch off notifications,
Yeah.
and then they'll unsubscribe us for not watching enough of your videos. We're like, yeah, because you aren't notifying us. Yeah, this YouTube all like they hate us. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got most of my notifications turned on for the friends I've made on YouTube, and like certain people, I just drop in when I know they're on and say a quick hi, leave a comment to my like to help their numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
If I can't stick around. But
I
in
should
your
be
case,
honest.
if you posted that video in the last few months, it didn't show up for me. I knew you were on tonight because when I sat down, I saw my recommended thing, and your name was at the top. It was broadcasting. So I was okay.
Yeah,
Great, I'll go see what he's up to.
Probably I was only the one broadcasting. It was like, well. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've been
But
releasing.
you're right, Cockney. YouTube this.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Well, I've been releasing a
So
video
weird that
every week, just in case.
Hmm.
Yeah. Getting.
Now I know your James Bond work, and I've been trying to follow that.
two
And
Sega.
I gotta say, and for anybody listening here, if you want to see the most comprehensive review of the James Bond series, you have to go check out Jens's work. He is
Yep.
pouring himself into this.
Cheers.
And
fair.
almost
No other
almost
reviewer will
to the point of,
thoroughly. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to make a quip saying almost to what I'm sure has to be the cost of Jens's sanity. These are so detailed and so thorough. He takes you through from beginning to end, step by step. Every scene is acknowledged, every bit of action, where most guys will just gloss over, huge swaths of the movie. No, he will take you through. So sit down and get ready to get educated, because that's where you're going to see it.
Only Jens gives you all the details. How many kills, how many shags, on screen and off, inferred, implied, definite, the whole bit. No other reviewer does that. You should do like a little booklet that goes with the box set.
Yeah.
How many times James Bond kills and fucks in every single film, on screen and off, implied, inferred, definite, explicit, implicit.
Yeah.
Right. It's funny you brought that up, Cockney, because the one thing I was going to say, not my place, but just an idea. I'd love to see you at the end. You put so much work into this. The only thing I'd love to see added to this is at the very end, if you did the graphics for the screen count, how many kills and how many shags.
Yes.
This week, Dr. No has 11 kills and 3 shags, or whatever. Like I'm saying, each movie at the end of it, that's your sum total of the movie, and then Jens's rating from 1 to 10 or 1 to 5.
Man with a
your
golden
rating
gun.
system
1
is.
kill, no fucking. Nil point.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. -1.
No, it's
Well, never say never
We're
again.
actually
Not
taking a
canon,
point
but
off
it's
of
a four-
Moonraker for that.
Well, see, never say never again. It's not canon, but it is a 4-shagger.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's as you rightly called it, No Time to Shag, where it's no shags
Yeah.
and 1 death of James Bond.
Yeah, James Bond.
Yeah.
It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Even
gonna
George
be front
Lazenby
and
got
mother effing. Sorry, mate. George Lazenby got what?
even George Lazenby got his end away, and he was married.
Yeah.
As James Bond.
Yeah. Poor George Lazenby. He's the guy that got the shit end of the stick in the whole James Bond franchise, in my humble opinion. I like George Lazenby.
No,
Yes.
He brought it on
Agreed.
himself,
I
though.
think he's a fine Bond. On a good day, best Bond. He could have
No,
been
but-
good.
No.
He brought it on himself.
Yeah.
Because
He was never going to be the best, but
yeah, but he brought it on himself because he wouldn't shave for the premieres and that, and he didn't want to play James Bond after his agent told him that, oh, you're gonna get like loads of parts now offered you. Now you're James Bond. So he basically just fucked James Bond off.
yeah.
He did, and he probably still regrets it now. But he was good. The only fourth wall break ever in James Bond. This never happened to the other fellow. Banner, banner,
Yeah.
bow.
One of my favorite lines. Yeah, one of my favorite lines in all of James Bond. One of the very few times, and you'd be the guy to correct me on this, Jens. I'm hard pressed to think of any other time any other Bond actor broke the fourth wall. Possibly Roger Moore, because in my opinion, humble opinion, he was the most deliberately light-hearted Bond.
Yeah, I'd
He
say.
wasn't.
Yeah, there was
He brought whimsy.
Yeah, there was bits in the Roger Moore films that sort of broke the fourth wall. As in, Roger Moore didn't break the fourth wall, but there was a bits like where Captain Cockney in hates the bit in I think it's.
I know what you're thinking of, the pigeon.
Yeah.
The fucking pigeon.
Yeah, the pigeon that
Isn't
takes a
it?
double
The
take in
fucking pigeon.
Your Eyes Only, I think it is.
A pigeon doing a double take. You wouldn't even see that in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
That sort of like broke the fourth wall, as in, oh yeah,
Right.
don't take this so seriously. We're having a bit of a laugh.
See, it's funny because I like
Yeah.
Roger Moore being whimsical. He's got charm, but I don't like the film. It's like that amazing stunt before CGI. Kids these days won't appreciate it. That car doing a corkscrew over the Mississippi or a lake, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then they put that stupid. How are we going to ruin this, guys? By putting a stupid slide whistle on it. Fuck it off. What is this?
Yeah.
On the buses or James Bond?
Yeah, and then
On the buses or James Bond.
yeah, and then there was that bit in Octopussy where he's getting chased on like a jungle safari hunt by, I forget the dude's name, but he comes to where there's a tiger, like he comes face to it and he tells the tiger to sit, like sit, and it sits.
In fact, that doesn't make sense because the tiger's a cat, not a dog. He should have done that when fending off a wolf.
Yeah.
Cats are clearly not canine,
Yeah.
are they? Is the
No.
wrong kind of animal. Barbara Woodhouse would be most displeased.
Yeah, and then there was another bit, sort of when he's laying it in the grass, where a snake, like, starts to crawl over his legs, and he goes, hiss off. Which ain't as bad
Oh my
as...
God, that's a good pun.
Yeah, that ain't as bad as, like, what happens with him telling the tiger to sit, a pigeon taking a double look, and, what was the other one?
Hiss off. She's got that.
And like when he says, oh yeah, this didn't happen to the other guy, but that's George Lazenby. But yeah, they're sort of like the 4 times what I can think of where it's been a bit sort of like, but there's been a few more, I reckon.
Silly.
Yeah, because
A few more. He's got no time to shag.
yeah, oh, that's terrible. right?
He's a soy Bond. He'll give you a neck massage and then take a taxi home. He won't fuck you. He's soy Bond. Ba-da-da. Just leave your number. He might call you next week. He's very weak. Ba-da-da.
Yeah.
If he doesn't lose it in his purse.
Yeah.
George Lazenby, he was in a movie I saw recently that I hadn't seen in years, and when I did see it, I was a kid. It was on late night. City TV would play blue movies or movies with nudity and extra violence. I live in Toronto, and that was the name of a popular television station back in the day. He was in this movie called
Sex and Violence?
Saint Jack. Yeah. He was in this film called Saint Jack that starred Ben Gazzara. It was a Peter Bogdanovich film. Joss Ackland and Denholm Elliott, still looking like he was only about 40, 45. We all remember him very well from the Indiana Jones series, no doubt.
Yes, exactly.
But, George Lazenby. Yeah. And one of the hooks for me as a kid when I saw it, I think I was flipping around. I just saw these really hot Asian chicks making out like naked together. I was like, okay, I'm watching this. And it's about Ben Gazzara plays a pimp living in Singapore that's kind of recruited or forcibly recruited by the CIA to do a frame-up job on George Lazenby's character, who plays an Australian politician. And he's in Singapore for a little fun. Thing is, it turns out he's gay. And he plays this gay guy that goes trolling for Singapore. But the whole movie is TNA and hot, sweet-looking Singaporean or Indonesian. I'm not sure the correct. I guess if they're from Singapore, they'd be Singaporean. Women throughout it. Interesting film. It was on not too long ago, and I was glad I sat through and caught the whole thing because it turned out it was actually a very good film. Saint Jack. If you get it, Denholm Elliott was an absolute fucking card in that movie. It was wonderful.
Wow,
great film. But I was going to ask you two, because I think we're all in roughly the same age bracket. Do you remember the very first? Sorry.
Jens is suddenly offended to be put in the same bracket as me.
Well, I'm thinking you're about 10 years older than me.
Well, just listening to the way you guys talk and what we,
No, I just like.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you
memories
what's
for being a youth and stuff.
I like the music of the late '60s, the 1860s.
Well, yeah, Captain. Yeah, but Captain, he acts young for his age, so. And he's healthy and all.
Basically.
I was going to say you're confusing immaturity for acting young.
There you go. He was trying to put it nicely. Come on, that was a nice one. Yeah, exactly. I'm not youthful. I'm immature. There is a difference. I'm the worst thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are in the same sort of
age of
generation sort of thing, though, because like being Captain, we sort of like know like the 80s and that sort of thing. So yeah, we got that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like I say, we're within the ballpark of each other's ages, and why I'm asking the question: what was the first movie you remember taking yourself to, presumably as a child? That your parents weren't involved, your buddy's parents didn't take you on a birthday party or something. You decided, I'm going to see this movie, and you went and paid your own money out of your pocket allowance, whatever you had going for you, and you went to go see it. Do you remember what that movie was?
Yeah, well, because I saw a lot of movies with my mates in that. Because I remember going to see Indiana Jones number 4, or was it number 3, The Crystal Skull? Yeah, it's number 3 in it.
That's the fourth one.
Oh,
that was the fourth one.
Oh, right, yeah. And then,
although technically Temple of Doom's the first one.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom. Sorry, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and oh shit, Sean Connery.
Last Crusade.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Last
Following
Crusade.
well,
George Lucas's own rules, though, the Temple of Doom is a prequel, and Temple of Doom should be called Episode 1. According
Yeah.
to Lucas's own Star Wars silly rules. So Raiders is Episode 2.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Crystal Skull.
Technically.
It wasn't Crystal Skull. It was Last Crusade. I got them two mixed up because it had
Last
Sean
Crusade
Connery in.
number 3.
Yeah, because it was when fucking I was like about 14 or something.
Now that's got heavy levels of Denham Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Denham Elliott was,
he's
was
out on the adventure.
Yeah.
20 years ago, he's too old. Now he's like, get me back on the back of that nag. Let's go. Come on, Indy, let's have an adventure. What?
Yeah, and then there was
one of the best scenes I thought in that movie was when the Nazis had Indy and his dad, and they say, "Well, we're gonna find Marcus." Say, "Good luck with that. The man is a master of disguise. He speaks a dozen different languages. He knows the ins and outs of every city, every trade. He knows every peddler. He knows." And then you cut to Denholm Elliott begging, "Does anybody speak English?"
You could almost feel the setup coming, couldn't you? But it's great tale.
And
classic.
And like another film.
So for you, Jens, the first movie you saw as a kid, that you took yourself with your mate or by yourself.
Shut up, because I didn't even fucking finish yet.
No.
Right? Because I was saying the second film that was it could have been before that, was when me and my mate, but I wasn't by myself, but me and my mate, we went to see Hudson Hawk, and then there was a time when me and my mate went to see Ghostbusters 2, and he got grounded because we went to a late showing that he knew he wouldn't get home in time, but it was Ghostbusters 2, right. And so I said to him, I said, it's Ghostbusters 2, mate. Fucking, if you don't want to watch it, then go home. But, but it was the film I went when I was 17.
Imagine getting that much trouble for Matrix 4.
It would have been Total Recall.
What were you saying, Ian?
Total Recall was the film.
Total Recall.
I took by myself because none of my mates wanted to go see Total Recall, and so I went by myself.
Really? Wow.
I was 17.
That's surprising because that was a magnet for, Okay, so Total Recall or probably Hudson Hawk. Hudson Hawk's older than Total Recall, isn't it?
Yeah, but I went with my mate.
Total Recall, pretty sure it's 90.
Yeah, but I'm saying
all I know is Total Recall is a milestone, very important. And Jens has broken Total Recall. He's taking it to the next level.
Well, that's how I know.
We've all been on, especially me. I've been asking the wrong question.
No, but that's how I know about Total Recall. But the others, I went with my friends because all other movies, my friends would, or at least one of my friends would be like, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind go seeing that." So we'd go see it.
Yeah.
Apart from Total Recall,
I'd go and see it with the Jens.
Yeah. Apart from
I don't know if you know Son of a Red Shirt. I know I've not even answered your question, but because normally it's Son of a Red Shirt, I'm sure you know. It almost goes without saying that normally I'll bound on a show and go, "Hey, I've just figured out time travel," or "I've answered the Descartes question." Look me, I've done something. But today I'm here to say that Jens is his channel. Jens has blown my mind with a new take on, because one of my questions is Total Recall. Did it happen? Is it schizoidalism? Standard question. But Jens is like, no, that's not the question, soft lad. No, the question is, if it's a dream, it's not real because it's a dream. If it's not a dream and it is real, he's not real because he's not Queed, he's Elsa. And I thought about it for 3 weeks. My ears started bleeding, Red Shirt, and I thought, the Yorkshireman's fucking right. There is no Quaid, whichever way you slice it. If it is real, well, if it's a dream, no one exists. And if it is real, he's Hauser. There is no Quaid. Wow.
Yeah, Quaid's just a made-up imaginary memory implanted into Hauser so he can get past the mutant fucking man reading psychic.
Quattro.
Open your mind.
Yeah,
Quattro. That.
Mind.
Yeah, Quattro.
Open your mind.
Yeah, little Quattro.
Yeah.
Because the only way he can get to Quattro is if he's got someone else's memory that doesn't remember that he's a cunt working for fucking the company.
Yeah. Well, he was like he was the mind reader for the Resistance, I believe.
Yeah.
The Mars, the mutant.
That's why they had to wipe Hauser's memories, because otherwise he'd go little Quattro, or whatever, like Pepsi Light, whatever, would be going, "Oi, your name's Hauser, and you work for the other guys. You're about to cut off our oxygen." So they had to take out his memory. So he actually thought he was Quaid. Thought he was, being the operative word or words, because it is indeed a made-up memory. Hang on a minute. What about shagging Sharon Stone?
Oh, that was real.
Beginning happens because we can see it.
Yeah.
That was real. What about the other shags? Did they segue from implanted shags to genuine shags?
Yeah, no, yeah. So he had like
That
his
makes sense.
honeymoon shag would have been implanted, and like from then on, sort of thing. It might have been about because they'd been married for about 5 years, so he probably had about 4.
Right, if it was real, they already would have stopped having sex 4 years ago.
Yeah. So like the
Yeah.
the implant shags sort of like end after about 4 years of his marriage, and then they become real shags, and that's when he's like shagging Sharon Stone. He's like, "Yeah, baby, I've been working hard tonight."
Right, because she's obviously she's Michael Ironside's girlfriend.
Yeah.
You noticed that there's an Alex Kurtzman lookalike who plays the Michael Ironside psychic. Who goes, "Yeah, I'm sure she really hates banging on his fucking arse off every night."
Yeah, he gets real pissed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like,
But that's key, because he is Hauser, and he is banging that bird's wife, and that's why it's a two-shagger, because he's doing the blonde he thinks he's married to, and of course the slutty brunette he can't stop dreaming about.
yeah, and he knobs her at the end when he saves the fucking Mars mutants.
Saves the planet, gets the kills the baddie, saves the world, gets the bad guy. No, hang on, kills the world, saves the bad guy. No, hang on a minute. He kisses the bad guy, saves the girl, blows up the world. No, hang on, I'll have it in a minute. Are you fucking on me? One of the two.
Yeah.
So basically that's well, spoiler alert, it is real that Quaid isn't, because he's Hauser.
Yeah, you called it, didn't you? You said so. You said, as you said there, the situation is real. It's just Hauser is not real. He's made. I mean, Quaid. The situation is real, but Quaid isn't real. He's a made-up memory implanted into Hauser, so he can get past the mutant man reading telepathic.
Quaid.
You said his
Open
name.
your mind.
A fun
So the
little
real
bit of
person-
Star Trek trivia for you. Sorry,
Yes.
Matt? I was just saying, just throwing this in here. I'm sure you guys already know this.
Patrick
being
Stewart
as
in a wig.
well-versed in films as you are. Little Star Trek pre his time in Star Trek cameo. Did you know Johnny Cab? Remember Johnny Cab? Hi, this is Johnny Cab.
Oh, yeah.
The robot
Yes,
cab driver.
is that Dr. Picardo?
Yeah,
That was
Arnie.
Robert Picardo.
Yeah, the Arnie rips. Yeah.
And he had been
Wait,
hired.
there's more.
He had been hired beforehand, and he'd known a couple of people on the production set, and they decided to make the Johnny Cab image, the face, look like Robert Picardo. So that's why it's a robot with like thinning hair, and his basic features. But yeah, that was the actual design for the face of Johnny Cab, and the voice was Robert Picardo.
Yeah.
He gets around.
And there is your Star Trek trivia.
Yeah. Yeah,
There you go. So that's good. You got a link to Star Trek from Total Recall. She's the party listener.
Yeah, because Arnie rips his head off in the end because he's so pissed off because he's always saying to him, "I need your
Exactly.
Destination. I need a destination. Give me the steering wheel.
Drive the car.
Yeah.
I must say, here's a
Total Recall
specific
is
one that we're on because I'm really into the plots, the science fiction plots. Obviously, it's based on a Philip K. Dick story, and I must say I generally like Paul Verhoeven. But here we go, Cockney's complaint. My general complaint, but maybe it's just me, but I found the violence in Total Recall to be a weird paradoxical mix of unnecessarily violent and gory, and yet somewhat boring. Is that just me?
Really? You found it boring?
I found
Yeah.
it boring and gory, like the opposite of John Wick, which is exciting and subtle and understated and lets your imagination do the work. You mentioned the gung fu earlier. Yeah, I'll have to but I thought about it and then I rewatched it. Yeah, it is. It's gory and boring. It's like a straight to video. It's just blood everywhere. I mean, obviously it's pre CGI. Maybe I've been spoiled by modern fare, but it just seemed like a straight to video, bunch of squibs.
Yeah, I think compared to like Hardy's other films and that, it is quite slow action.
Yeah.
Because when he decapitates Michael Ironside's arms off in that lift where it's going up and it
oh yeah, that's always a nice moment.
yeah, that is real slow and gory in that. but
yeah, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, I like that.
But there is
what's his quip for that one? Oh, I think they're pretty harmless.
No, I think it's somewhat on the lines of see you at the party, because he's talking about a party, isn't he?
It is that one. See you at the party and stuff. Give you your hands.
He gets somewhat like that. But yeah, class film.
Now you're at the specifics, Red Shirt. What do you think of the other version with Colin Farrell, Jessica Biel, and the other one? That limey chick. Helen Baxendale. No, not Helen Baxendale. Kate Beckinsale. I always get those names confused. Kate Beckinsale. She the Poodles.
Might have done himself a favour and not watched it.
See, I think it's all right. Underrated. It's not as the Arnie one, but it's got a lot going for it, like Jessica Biel, Colin Farrell, great costume design. I think the plot isn't as good, to be fair, and the whole go through the Earth thing, but it's worth a watch, worth a gander.
Yes.
Funny, but Red Shirt's not convinced. But he's passed out. He's face down in the Swarfiga.
Yeah. See you at the party, Silver Red Shirt.
Yeah. There's one of my favourites. See you at the party, Rooster.
Yeah.
Peak Arnie.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Jens, while we're here, just no segue, but Risk. That game that you're clearly an expert in. I'm going to try and get the regular boys, Cam, Canadian Spider-Man, and Wi-Fi for a game at the weekends, like Saturday night. I'll see if I can get them a bit of practice and see if I can get them up to your level, Jens.
Yeah.
So they can provide a modicum of challenge and danger.
Yeah. Well, you need to get like fucking Canadian Spider-Man to hurry up with this fucking. As I say, he don't need to do them one by one. All he's got to do is make sure at the start of the battle or the movement or whatever, he knows how many's there. Then check with you because you've got
always a bonus.
Yeah, and then like when it's finished or whatever, then he can just put how many is there instead of like moving them one by one.
Because maybe people are surprised because I dare say we both like mucking about, but when it comes to playing games, games are a very serious business. When I play a game,
Yeah.
I'm not playing games.
Well, I
if you
took
know
it
what I
too
mean.
seriously, I think, because as I say, I was a bit ashamed of how bad I just ripped into fucking Wi-Fi, and it wasn't his fault, the poor bastard. All he was doing was playing a
No,
game.
because it was only his second game. Arguably, he's not had a proper. Well, that's my point. Well, give him a chance. Give them all a chance to practice, and I'll tell them Jens would like a game, but he gets bored by blatant walkovers,
Mm,
and he's going to wait until you're all better. Love
yeah.
Jens.
Well, as I say, I'm just one of them that gets real. And I started ripping into him real bad, and it was only a game, you know. And as I say, he
No,
was.
like I say, you guys had a great comedy argument. I thought this isn't a skit, but it is great radio. So I loved it. And
Oh yeah.
ultimately, I respect both of you. And I think I like a guy that's competitive, and I think Wi-Fi is competitive. It's not his fault if he's new to the game.
Yeah.
So Wi-Fi, if you're out there talking about it as if you're not here, talking about you as if you are here, Wi-Fi. A couple of practice games, a couple more, and you'll be right as rain and ready to play Jens, but not yet, because Jens does like a challenge.
Yeah. Well, I was, as you'll know, Captain. He'd thinned himself, his troops out so much that on the next go, you was going to probably take him out and take all his cards. So I just took him out and took his cards before you did. But he didn't get that. He thought
Yes.
all three of us was going to attack you, but it's like, no, all three of us was going to attack Captain Cockney until Captain Cockney was not in a good state, sort of thing. I wasn't going to take.
Yeah, exactly. Two of them attacking. They were attacking someone that was no longer there. Someone that was with you. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
and
I noticed that
so
they were having to goat you for. Is like, well, that was an agreement with Cam, not with you.
well, I agreed. It was one of them where, like in wrestling, where you it's tag team or a four-way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a four-way, but you may team up to take a wrestler out or to like beat a wrestler up, but you're not a team.
But I was no longer the most powerful player on the board.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. You were.
Yeah.
You went
Yeah.
nothing to everything.
Yeah, well, like as I say,
Yeah.
I'd have probably won that game, or if I hadn't won it, you would have won it because we was the only two players there that knew sort of like how to play risk and take people out and cash in, build up your fucking.
But that's the thing. It's not their fault if they knew.
Yeah. But
I think Wi-Fi is going to be a terrible opponent. I mean, terrible meaning very good. Yeah, terribly fearsome.
yeah,
It's
well,
just in time.
yeah,
So this weekend we're going to give them a right. Maybe I'll go a bit harder on them, mate.
yeah.
Give them a real. I'll give them what for.
Yeah, well, this is it. What I was saying, to get good, you need to be beaten or see how you get beaten and that. Take a few defeats and that, because no one gets good without getting beaten at anything. And so, I just showed
Yes.
Wi-Fi what happens when you thin your troops out and you leaving
When
yourself.
you get beaten.
Yeah, you're leaving yourself just wide open to get your cards took. But I think he was just playing along to like keep in the game, and you was sort of playing along, like making sure. Yeah, well, I won't take you out straight away. I'll give you guys a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was doing. No more of that next time. Oh, I'll go straight in for the jugular this time. This time it's going to be how quickly can we. Well, first let's see if we can. Getting everyone together to play a game is the challenge. That's the main challenge. Once the four of us are sitting there, but then that's why I just want one game that I can play to the end with those three: Cam, Spidey, and Wi-Fi, and then it's going to be, well, open season basically on whoever wants some.
Yeah. Well,
Like red shirt, maybe red shirt's down for a bit of the old combat.
don't know.
Everybody wants some. I want some too.
Yeah,
Everybody
do you like a
wants
bit
some.
of risk?
How about you?
How about you? Do you like risk?
Oh yeah, it's been a. Oh yeah, I played it a lot as a kid. I haven't played it in maybe 25 years, to be frank.
Oh, okay.
Just like the guys I played with, my two best friends don't live in town anymore, and don't see the old crowd anymore. But yeah, I'd be totally down for a real risk game. The only problem I'd have, the thing actually, it just occurs to me right now, what would eliminate me is I don't own a risk board.
Not essential, but
No.
definitely preferable.
Well,
No.
yeah, it's hard to memorize, how many troops.
Well, we have it
No,
on
you
screen.
don't. No,
we have
because-
at least one. We have
Yeah.
a board on screen. That's why you don't need one.
Yeah.
Jens knows.
Yeah, because like, I didn't. I was playing, didn't have a board or a dice.
Even a
no.
Yeah, I'm going to make dice
But-
essential.
Yeah.
Because, because of what you said, Jens. Everyone's got to roll on the screen.
Yeah. Well,
Watching your risk game put an idea in my head there, Cockney. I don't know if this is worth your time to consider or not, but it is possible that you can download a cheap app for the phone that's an electric dice, right? And I don't know if there's any way to get that up on screen. And that way, nobody could beat on, say, Spidey's rolling the dice for everybody. If he rolls 3 bad for Jens or me, I'm gonna be like, shit, is this guy doing this on purpose or what?
No.
But the electric one,
No, because the only reason why Spidey was rolling for me is I took over Cam because Cam left, and so I just took over his role. But because it was a spare of the moment thing,
Jens,
I didn't have no dice, so I just got Spidey to roll for me,
right?
which. In a way, it would have been best if I had some dice, because then I wouldn't have been kicking off at him, because he wouldn't roll the dice, because he knew I was going to take out fucking Wi-Fi. Oh, he was like, oh no, don't take out Wi-Fi.
All right.
But you need
Okay.
some dice and a camera to see.
Yeah, making a simple rig, like say you all worked it off of just say Spider-Man's board. And Spider-Man's a pretty handy guy. I'm sure if he put his mind to it, he could easily build a small rig that would put his camera centered above the board.
No,
Dudes,
you need
sorry
some.
for the short notice. I've got to run. I've got to take a call.
All right.
Okay,
I must suddenly disappear. I must take this call, gentlemen.
I know.
It's been real. I'll come back once the call's over if you're still there. But in the meanwhile, thank you and good day.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Captain, yeah.
Ciao.
Yeah, right, yeah. Hopefully, Captain's gonna be back. But yeah, no. Spidey was fucking the board up because he was getting pissed and probably knocking the board. That I had to tell him one time. You've got like 2 troops in Scandinavia and 4 troops in Iceland, when you should have 4 troops in Scandinavia and 2 troops in Iceland, because he'd fucking knock the board. Yeah, and so it's best off because Captain Cockney has it like on a digital sort of board and that, and so he can like fucking tell like who's got how many troops and that. So I was saying,
Well, that's pretty cool. It sounds like you guys worked that out.
well, it's a long game, and they're amateurs that he's playing against.
Yeah, very long game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna win.
Oh,
it,
you
though.
can go an 8-hour risk game between a couple of guys, or a few guys that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And some lucky
Well-
rolls. 8-hour risk game is not unusual.
Yeah. Well, fucking. I was gonna make it quite quick, but Wi-Fi or Sci-Fi Nation he didn't want to go out, and so got to that stage where he just got called off.
Well,
it was on for like 15 hours.
Yeah. Didn't he have to stop the stream and restart it at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after 11 hours,
he ran past.
Yeah, after 11 hours and 55 minutes, your stream sort of stops broadcasting, and so you have to like restart another stream, which Captain Cockney did do in like about 2 or 3 minutes afterwards. So the stream is sort of like continuous, and then fucking playing for about 4 hours or something. And so it was nearly a 15 hours fucking game. That when I got to a stage where I was going to be taking Sci-Fi out of the game, he sort of kicked off in that, which I didn't give a fuck, because I was just thinking, right, I get rid of Sci-Fi, then the game's gonna go quicker, and then it'd be rather I get rid of Captain because I was in a real good position, or I'll get rid of Canadian Spider-Man, and I'll be in a real good position. But it didn't go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Right.
And have you played a lot of Risk in your life? Did you play as a boy?
No. I played it like recently with one of the like mates sort of thing who liked it and that, and it was on computer, and so it was really quick because you didn't have to set up because it's on computer, and when it came to like rolling the dice against big figures and that, because when you're doing it for like 3 or 4 troops, then it doesn't take that long. But when you're doing it for like 40 or 50 troops, it does take a bit. But on that, you could just do it real quick.
Yeah, I've never played a electronic board game Risk. I'd be interested to see one of those. I know there is. You'd have to buy it though. But there is an online Risk game that you can purchase, and everybody on their computer or whatever, they have the same program, and you can all get together and play Risk across the world.
Yeah, well, there's
that would be pretty sweet.
Well, there's a free app game of it that you can get on your phone. But I was on it, but people was like fucking getting to like profiles and sort of fucking, so they'll be teaming up and that, but just one person probably, but using 2 fucking different and that. But there again, you start going to their group thingies. But I went on it for a bit, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. There was like different sort of maps and different sort of ways you could play the Risk, and then obviously there would be like your original sort of version.
Yeah, and according to Cockney, and I didn't really realize this, but different areas of the board have different areas of the world in real life sell slightly different boards. Like it's not a uniform in Australia, in Taiwan, in Greenland, in Canada. They're not all going to be the exact same boards. Look at the exact same, unless you bought the exact same issue. You know what I mean? It was interesting to see, and I didn't watch the whole thing. I tune in and out. It's a little like, well, like if you're not playing, Risk is a tough game to watch. You know, unless you're involved in it or you put money on it, it's,
yeah,
8 hours of watching other people enjoy themselves.
Yeah, but they're real slow though. Because I was like I was trying to rush them up because you don't have to move every piece off one by one. You've just got to keep a fucking recollection of what fucking troops you've got when the battle goes down. But it's easy to count because you just write it down. And so you write it down and then when it's finished, you'll have like a fucking score of like how many troops is left, and that's when you should just put the troops back on of how many is left. Because it was
I guess that could work.
But but it worked quicker than doing it one by one, because every time you roll the dice and it's like, all right, so that's one off each other, sort of thing. He'd take one piece of each other, but all you got to do is right, so that's one off each other. So we're on 5. That's 5 troops to me and 3 troops to you, and then roll again, and then that's 2 off you. So that's 5 troops to me and 1 troop to you, and then roll again. That's 1 troop off me, so that's 4 troops to you. 1 of you. Roll again. I've took you out, right? So just put 4 troops back on. No, it'd be like put 1 troop on and put the other 3 that have to move on, sort of thing. Instead of like taking piece off one by one. That's how quicker it would be. But I think it goes slower so they can like learn the rules a bit better, because when you don't know how to play a game, you are going to be slow because you're going to be like, right, what exactly are we doing? So.
Right. Yeah. And sci-fi, you gotta feel sorry for the guy that's the newbie to the game,
Oh yeah. I roughed him
have,
up. I roughed him up too bad. Because I should have just fucking let him have a few troops. But I just cleared him out because I knew I'd get his cards. And if I didn't clear him out, the damage I did to him, he'd have probably wanted to come and attack me, which would have been best for him because I would have been the strongest sort of player a bit there. But Captain, he had fucking Asia, which gives him loads of troops, and so after a few goes, Captain would have been the strongest player again. So
right. Yeah. I'd really have to re-familiarize myself with the rules and shit to go. I know it would come back quickly, but just sitting here, like, I don't even remember, what is it? There's an infantry, an armor, the cards you draw.
Yeah. I had loads of cards to cash in, that's why I got loads of troops. And Wi-Fi, if he'd have known how to play the game, he'd have realised how many troops I had to cash in, and he'd have just boarded up. And he'd probably let me go after Captain Cockney a bit more than he did, because basically what he did is he just attacked Captain Cockney so bad that he left his troops like really sort of scattered out, and not all that. And there weren't all that many of them by that time, and so I just took his troops out because it basically, like, if in poker, he'd have gone all in and then said, "What's a 10 and a 3?" Out, like, and then I just with a pair of aces just went all in. And
Right. Well, it seemed like it was a pretty intense game. Like, I'd check in on you guys every couple hours or so. There was one point, I think I went to sleep and I woke up and you're still playing. I'm thinking, shit, is YouTube glitching out? And after a minute, I was like, holy shit, they're still playing the fucking same game. Fuck.
Oh yeah, well, as I say,
So yeah,
right. What it is you're looking at getting about 10 goes at each before you get to that stage where you're going to start taking people out to win the game. Well, each time they was playing, it was taking them about 15 fucking minutes to do their go, and so you got 4 of them, so each turn was taking about 1 hour to complete. And so you're getting 10 hours in, and that's the stage where I sort of like joined in, because Cam he left for some reason. Probably, maybe because he didn't want to take
probably
out.
tired.
Yeah, maybe. Well, anyway, I just fucking took over, and about 4 hours afterwards, I was in that stage where I was just going to take out fucking Wi-Fi or Sci-Fi, but Sci-Fi Nation and that, but he couldn't hack it. And then Mexican Spardy wasn't going to throw the dice for him, or for me, to knock him out.
Canadian or Mexican Spider-Man?
Canadian. Yeah, shit, no, okay. Call themselves. Right.
Yeah. I know Mexican Iron Man. I don't know a Mexican Spider-Man, but I'm sure there's one out there.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm getting.
Guy with that handle, I mean.
Yeah, Mexican.
What's your favorite board game?
Don't really like board games, but I like Connect 4 though, but that's not really a board game, even though it could be played as a board game.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, sure.
Don't know,
that's the one with the vertical thing you drop red and black checkers. Is that the one?
Yeah, you got
down little slots, and they you
get 4 in a row,
right,
and you win. Yeah, I guess Snakes and Ladders and that used to be pretty good.
Right. Yeah, Snakes and Ladders. I remember Shoots and Ladders. I had the board from England. I called it. I think it was Shoots and Ladders.
Yeah.
I got a lot of family in England.
Yeah.
I get Christmas presents and shit, and I think they sent Shoots and Ladders one year.
Like one of my favourite games, but only want a board game. It's called Crossfire, where it was a bit like air hockey, but instead of hitting the puck with a little bat thing, you hit it with these ball bearings that you fired out of this sort of gun that shot down a like little shoot thing that shoot it along the floor or along the table of the Crossfire.
Yeah.
Don't know if you know what
Crossfire.
Yeah, but great game.
Yeah. Huh. There's a one of the best film noirs ever made called Crossfire. Do you like those old film noirs? The classic, the dark, from the 40s and 50s. Those dark movies. Crossfire, Robert Mitchum, Robert Young, Robert Ryan.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. It sort of rings a bell, but I can't remember it. So it'd be one of them. If you got Robert Mitchum in and that, all that sort of fucking gangster be sort of shit. Be some action in it. Someone will get shot, won't they?
Yeah. Robert Mitchum was pretty solid back in the day for what they could let you show. I mean, the action movies of yesteryear aren't exactly the same. Sure, there were some great war movies. Bataan, I was thinking of not too long ago. You ever see that? The Bataan film? That was good.
All right.
Yeah, a bunch of those.
But I was just saying though,
they're a bit more into suspense.
Yeah, well, but in them days, they couldn't show so much violence on like screen because people would be passing out, and they didn't want to have like ambulances called out because someone watched American Werewolf in London. If they did that in the 50s.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, the standards change. I mean, we've all heard those stories, like back in the 50s, for example, when horror movies peaked again, when they had their second resurgence. People would be fainting in theaters to films like Creature from the Black Lagoon, which by today's standards is relatively tame.
Oh yeah.
People die and stuff, but nothing savage, nothing you see.
No.
Like, yeah, he was ripped apart, but you never see it.
No,
you know?
Yeah, it's all left to the imagination.
They'd find the body, and the camera would pan up, and you'd see their faces looking in horror, but you never really saw the gore in the body. They just couldn't do it.
You'd hear a woman screaming as she watched someone get their head crushed or whatever.
Right. There was
or maybe you'd see her screaming.
Yeah, no, just in that Creature of the Black.
Wait, have you seen American Werewolf in London?
Oh yeah, Jenny Agutter. Love Jenny Agutter.
Oh, who's that?
A little hottie from back in the day.
The one who plays the nurse.
She was the chick in she was also in Logan's Run. Remember Logan's Run?
Yeah, but no.
Michael York, Jenny Agutter.
Yeah, but not that.
The future movie.
Yeah. I need to watch that because I never saw all of that Logan's Run. I only saw like little bits of it.
Oh really?
Yeah. But one of them.
Yeah.
It's so much I've seen, you know, as you will know, with fucking martial art movies. There's sort of martial art movies out there that, and so some stuff like you know about and that, and you've seen bits of it and that, and you sort of know the plot line to it, but yeah, you've never seen it fully, so you can't like start describing scenes from it around.
Right. No, I've seen that movie a few times actually. It's an old favorite. One of my favorite scenes: Jenny Agutter and Farrah Fawcett getting into a cat fight in the doctor's office.
Yeah,
they're like, you know, it didn't go on too long, but you know, plenty interesting to watch.
Well,
yeah, solid film. Give it a chance. I don't think you'd be disappointed.
No, yeah. It's getting because like the plot line is like it's at 26 or something, but they have to die, don't they? And they've realised, oh yeah, there's no one older than 26 or something, and so go on the run.
Yeah, the book it was 21.
Right.
You ended up committing kind of a ritual suicide. You went to Carousel, and when the crystal on your hand started glowing red, you knew your time was short.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because like they did a remake.
Yeah,
didn't they? I saw the remake with Joseph Anson, wasn't it? Scarlett Johansson and was it Matthew Colin McGregor?
No, I think you might be, respectfully, buddy, I think you might be confusing that with the Scarlett Johansson, Ewan McGregor film that was a lot like Logan's Run.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was actually Logan's Run.
Right, yeah.
They came from a future society and they were trying to escape.
But
those were the parallels.
Yeah, but it was basically like a remake of Logan's Run, but they didn't call it Logan's Run. Yeah, because I saw that.
Right.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I don't think I caught that one actually, but yeah, Michael York, Farrah Fawcett, Jenny Agutter, Peter Ustinov. It was a good cast in that movie.
Yeah. Well, I say like I am gonna have to because Michael York, he fucking. I remember him in the Three Musketeers with fucking Oliver Reed.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Yeah,
Oliver Reed and Faye Dunaway.
yeah.
And who played Richelieu in that movie? Was that Shogun or what's his name? Richard Chamberlain?
Oh, I can't remember.
Was he Cardinal Richelieu?
Oh, I can't. They always have fucking big mustaches, don't they, when they play the Cardinal and the Three Musketeers and that, and so like it's really hard to. I just remember Oliver Reed was in it because he pretty much played himself, sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Oliver Reed was he was great.
Yeah, because Michael York was a bit of an action sort of star in his day. No, obviously no fucking major action.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, he done a few, and so because like Logan's Run, don't know how actiony it is because I hadn't seen it, but it's gonna have some action in it.
Yeah, it does have some action in it. It's compared to today, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Those guns they used, they didn't fire lasers or anything, but they were compressed gas that had a little electric trigger switch in there. So when they pressed fire, you see fire shoot out the side, but the bullet was invisible, like a real life bullet would be. But it was like supposed to be an energy bullet, and then you'd see the person they hit, like sparks would come off of their chest and they'd fall down from an electric squib.
Well, that's fucking action in that, just like a fucking taser thing, isn't it? Yeah, like really fully charged taser. Well, yeah,
I guess kind of, but they drop you dead.
Yeah.
Cool. You can find that a few places. I got a copy of it somewhere. That'd be a fun watch party movie to do because it's just the right blend of 70s camp and solid storytelling.
Yeah.
That it still holds up. It's funny we were talking about this because I watched Chris Gore's film review and he was talking about Logan's Run and he was calling it a piece of shit and I'm like, dude, what fucking movie did you watch? It was not a piece of shit. It was a very entertaining, well-told story.
Well, what happens
but
there?
Yes, it was shot in the early 70s on a budget.
Yeah. Well, what happens there though is some people they just visually, it's all about visuals. If it looks visually shit to them, then they don't even want to watch it. Where sometimes you've just got to like fucking imagine like better sort of, but it's usually because they ain't got much of imagination. But you got to imagine what it would look like because especially with like them 50s sort of like futuristic sort of films where fucking robots and that look like cardboard box sort of robots and that, but you've just got to imagine like, oh yeah, well they're just thinking of fucking like you'd see like a Terminator sort of fucking skeleton fucking shell sort of thing, but
yeah, I was watching cute little Michael Caine, a snippet of an interview he did in the late 60s where he was comparing the interviewer asked him, you're famously Cockney. And he said, what was it like growing up there at the time? He said, well, I came from a working class family, working class neighborhood, as most Cockneys are. And, the Americans call it blue collar sort of thing. But he was talking to Quincy Jones, who was scoring the music for a movie he did. And they got to talking, and he suggested that he watch like this movie or something, and he recommended one or two other things. He said 2 days later, Quincy Jones calls me up, and he says, I never realized this before, but you Cockneys are basically the Spades of England. And I'm using his exact words. And he goes, what? He says, yeah. He says, when I think about it, you guys, like, you were oppressed, you were kept down, you were hated. And he says, yeah. He says, I guess in a way you're right. I never thought about it in that way. But yeah, we're kind of congruous to the American Negro. Remember, it was like late 60s.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
different language, different use.
Mm.
But he was, yeah, it was an interesting little thing. It was only like 3 minutes long. That's probably why I watched it. I like Michael Caine, and a little short interview when he was young in his prime sort of thing. I don't even think he did Alfie at this point.
Yeah.
Like, that's how long ago. You a Michael Caine fan?
Oh, yeah. Fucking.
Yeah.
Love the Italian Job.
Oh, great movie. One of my favorite endings of all time. Such a great ending to that movie.
Yeah,
They're on the bus hanging over the cliff, and the gold is all the way at the back, and Michael
Yeah.
Caine's on his stomach trying to reach it, and every inch he goes out, the bus tips a little more.
Yeah,
and
so they all
it
go
ends
back.
with him turning to the boys and goes, fellas, I got a plan. And then that bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 and then the helicopter pans up, pans back. Actually, that scene is filmed in reverse from the helicopter. The helicopter's actually coming in, but for the movie, they did it in reverse, and you can tell because rocks are falling upwards from the bottom of the bus.
Yeah.
You see rocks like just magically flying up.
Yeah.
They're tiny and shit, but
yeah,
you
well,
can definitely see it.
Yeah, well, I'm usually, like, as you say, you hear the bam, 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 stopping, and I'm like, self-preservation society. Like, I'm
society.
Yeah, I'm usually, like, bouncing around to that. But, yeah, that ending, though, apparently, though, they never filmed a number 2, so it got left on a cliffhanger, as they say. But
yeah,
apparently though,
that I would have been happy to see a sequel to.
Well, apparently, this is what I'm saying.
And Michael Caine was involved, and they did it like the next year. I thought.
Yeah, well, there was going to write a number 2, where it wouldn't have been filmed the next year, because I think it took them a year to write it or something. But they was going to write a number 2 on that, but it never got filmed in that. Cause I can't remember if they wrote the scripts, but the actors won't do it, and so then the film company won't film it, or they writ half the script and then they couldn't finish off the script, and so the film company won't do it. But the was gonna be where Michael Caine was gonna get the gold back onto the other side and get out, but they never writ the rest of the film. But it was gonna be, I think, how they'd get the gold back to England or something, but it never got writ, and so it's left on that cliffhanger. Yeah.
There was I always liked Get Carter. Did you ever see Get Carter?
Yeah, and I saw the remake with Stallone, which wasn't great.
Yeah.
Even though compared to fucking most films, like, it was a great fucking film, but compared to like fucking Stallone action films, it wasn't great.
No, it didn't. Well, so much of Get Carter 2 was built up in who he was and what the movie was about. And for a gangster film, I mean, it was definitely violent, but it wasn't like hardcore bloody violence. The story was quite interesting in that little things like, for example, coming back and he sees his niece and stuff, and then you piece it together and you realize his niece could actually be his daughter.
Right. Don't know if you cut out there. Because I can't hear anything. Yeah, got this box, put a smiley face. Yeah. Oh, oh. Yeah, as I say, I can't hear you, son of a red shirt. Don't know if your mic's gone.
Hello?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Testing.
Yeah, I can hear
Can
you
you
now.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Cockney knows Michael Caine's work.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah.
He had so many great films over the years, but some of those early ones, the Ipcris File was another good one. But Get Carter and The Italian Job, those are always the two I think of the most when I think of solo Michael Caine films.
Yeah, because The Man Who Would Be King was a good film with Michael Caine and Sean Connery in.
Oh yeah, well, right, absolutely, and that certainly is worth talking about. John Huston directed that. Christopher Plummer, remember the late Christopher Plummer, who was a well-respected Canadian actor. Everybody thought was British.
Yeah.
But great film. Funny, I don't know if you know this, but John Huston had that script for over 30 years. And he originally wanted Humphrey Bogart and Cary Grant for Clark Gable. Humphrey Bogart and Clark Gable.
Oh, yeah, no.
Back in the day. And they both, I remember John Huston saying in an interview, they both had the bad taste to go and die on me. And so he kept the thing in his shell for years. And Michael Caine was staying in a hotel, I think in New York, and John Huston was staying in the same hotel, and he learned Michael Caine was there, and he called up Michael Caine's room, introduced himself. He said, "You want to meet in the bar for a drink?" And Michael Caine's still a young actor at this time, and John Huston, the guy that directed Treasure of Sierra Madre, The Maltese Falcon. John Huston's name was legend, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, of course, John, I'll come down and have a drink with you, sure."
Yeah.
And he said they had a few drinks, and he could tell John was, me and John were getting along. And he says, "Listen," he said, "I wasn't sure I was going to do this, but I want to talk to you about this film I got an idea for." And he described The Man Who Would Be King. And he said he finished it off by telling me that he wanted Humphrey Bogart and Clark Gable for the roles. And that's where the original "They Had the Bad Taste to Die on Me" came from. And he said, "I got one question for you. Out of Humphrey Bogart and Clark Gable, whose role would I be playing?" He said, "You'd be playing the Humphrey Bogart part." He said, "I'll do it." He said, right there, didn't see the script, didn't see anything, just said, "I'll do it." I stuck up my hand, we shook hands, we were filming. He said, Sean, he did say at the time that he's thinking about it, that Sean Connery would be a good fit, and he totally agreed. Him and Sean Connery were pretty good pals for years.
Yeah.
I'm sure you knew that. Well, Michael Caine and Sean Connery were good mates.
Well, like Michael Caine was pretty friendly with quite a lot, because he Beatles, Rolling Stones, anyone who was British, because it was one of them.
Yeah. It's so funny we're talking about Michael Caine, because I watched that interview that led me to another one with a guy that worked for Michael Caine for almost 10 years. He was his everything, his handyman, his chauffeur, his bodyguard, sometimes his cook, his gardener. And the interviewer was saying, what about Michael Caine? He was an absolutely fantastic guy. Just salt of the earth. He never put on airs. He, just talked to you within 5 minutes, we were talking like we knew each other for years. And he said, "It was the best job I ever had." Michael was a blessing. And so the only reason I ever left the job, because they had sold the house they were living in at the time, and they were going to move, and I couldn't move with them. I had family and stuff in town, but he said, Michael Caine was an absolute class act. And he told a cute story about going shopping with Michael Caine. He said, "We go grocery shopping 2 or 3 times a week." Michael Caine, he'd go out and pick his own stuff. And He said we're in a store once, and these two older ladies are trying to get a box of cereal that's up on the top shelf, and they say, "Oh, we're not tall enough. We need a man to come get this." And Michael Caine's just walking by, and he said, "I'm sorry, ladies, you have to be 7 feet tall to have that cereal." And he just kept walking. And the ladies chuckled, but they didn't realize it was Michael Caine. That's just Michael Caine, just off the cuff, no big grandstanding or anything. Just, make a little joke and go on. Kind of funny and cute. Yeah. Wow. Well, Jens, it's been a lot of fun. It's 2:12 in the morning for me where I am. I got a few more things to do here before I go to sleep. I got a big week ahead of me. I'm going in for lung surgery on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
got to go down to the hospital tomorrow.
Yeah, but it goes well, sir. Man. Hope everything goes well.
No, cheers, mate. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I do. It's, nobody likes to go in for surgery, but I got to get it done. And this is a biopsy. But when I was talking to the doctor, I said, "You keep calling it surgery. I thought you said you're getting a biopsy." He goes, "No, this is a surgery. The first biopsy I had, they took shit out of my lungs and they couldn't decide whether it's cancer or not. And so they want to go and actually dig into my lung, go in through the front of my chest between the ribs, and they're going to deflate one of my lungs and then cut out pieces of it, pull it out, do the biopsy. But they're going to go in through 3 different holes in my chest, and they're going to leave me with a tube sticking out of the front of my chest because they say when your lungs collapse, air gets inside between the lung and the lung wall.
Yeah.
And you need to breathe that out. You got to inflate your own lung. I said to the lady, "Well, shit, why don't you just get a bicycle pump, stick it in my mouth and pump it up, and that'll pop my lungs into shape quick." And she laughs and says, "No, I'm sorry, we can't do that. You got to do it naturally." So besides, it'd be really painful. So I got that to look forward to. I got to go down for the...
Well, it won't be too bad because you'll be like Darth Vader. So when you're watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, you'll be saying Darth Vader. Because I tell you something and all. You'll probably be doing more action than what's going to happen in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Maybe. I don't know, buddy. I hope you do give it a chance.
I'm not giving it.
You're a good guy, and not that it bothers me, but it surprises me that you're ready to just say nope, not going to do it based on a couple of photographs.
I'm real good at that.
I'll give him a chance.
I tell you what, I tell you what's alright.
Yeah.
If it's real fucking good. And like, there's loads of masculine action in, enough that like, there's more masculine action than there is like daft women trying to fucking look like they can fight with a lightsaber. Then maybe I'll have to admit. But if it's a bunch of fucking shit, though, as I say, you'll just have to admit that I am right. You'll just have to admit I am right at guessing it. Guess it. It was an educated guess.
I won't argue that.
No. Because it's going to be shit. I know it's going to be shit. Because it's not like I've seen some pictures are out. I have got more. Because the director's a fucking woman, so she ain't going to know much about fucking action. Because most women directors, they've been filming fucking like crappy love stories and that, where maybe a slap in the face is the most action scene they're going to get. And it's got Ewan McGregor in.
But you are aware that in these big budget movies, even ones with male directors, when it comes to action or fight choreography or stuff, there are specialists for that. They bring them in. The director has in the script, okay, Obi-Wan and this tall guy with the lightsaber fight. He doesn't organize the action. They bring in a professional and say, okay, this is how we're going to map it out. And then they train for it and they get the steps down and the lightsaber moves and shit like that. This isn't just some broad on set going, okay, make it look good, guys. No.
They
train for months to make this fight scene happen.
No.
When they're any good.
No, well, that's...
Sorry?
Yeah, well, this is where you're thinking that they're going to be professional and be like, right, okay, we're going to get some... No, they're going to be like, right, this is going to be shit, so we don't need to fucking bother about the fight scenes. Let's just get our girls looking good, and it's going to take a lot of time for them girls to look good, that there ain't going to be time to fucking film some good masculine action scenes. That's how I see it. That's how it's going to be. If I'm wrong,
you might be absolutely right.
This is what this is what I say.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm wrong, call me out on it. Like in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, or 8 weeks, depending on how many. I think it's 6 episodes. But in 2 months' time or whatever, when it's all done and dusted, and everyone's like, right, was this a pile of fucking shit that no one really wanted to see? Or was this some amazing fucking masculine action? Well, you come back and you tell me what if I was right or wrong.
Fair enough. I'll do it.
Because I always...
And I just want you to remember, I'm not predicting the movie will be great. I'm not predicting
it's not a movie.
The movie will be bad. I'm saying...
It's a series, isn't
or
it?
whatever, you know what I'm talking about. The series, yeah. I'm just saying, I'm willing to give it a chance. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sticking up for the movie, but I'm not shitting on the movie either. I liked the character of Obi-Wan when Alec Guinness played him. I liked him when Ewan McGregor played him. He was my consistent favorite character in the prequel movies. Obi-Wan was.
Yeah.
And they've also got to live up to the fight scenes from...
Oh, yeah, they're not.
From all the movies.
They're not.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what they're going to be judged against, and they must be aware of that going in.
Well, yeah.
Right? This isn't an 80-year-old Alec Guinness swinging a sword. This is Ewan McGregor with a stunt crew working behind him. And I'm hoping Ewan McGregor had enough pull on the show to say, no, we got to do these things this way. Or whatever. I could be completely off base.
You are.
But all I'm saying is that I want to give it a chance.
Well, don't get your hopes up.
Before I make up my mind.
Well, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. Not too high, at least.
Well.
Okay, there he ends.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm going to. Sorry, mate.
I said I wouldn't even bother, but as I say, you come back to me when you've seen it, because I always let you on. I'll let anyone on that ain't going to show gay porn or start throwing N bombs. That's going to, get you. I'll let anyone on if they're going to be reasonable, or if they're not going to be reasonable, as long as they don't go too far crazy that they get me channel like took down. So you can come on,
right?
And,
of course.
And if it's fucking any like fight scenes that resemble anything that was done in the prequels, apart from Jar Jar Binks, right? Then you come on and you'll be like, oh, you daft bastard, you fucking said Ewan McGregor wasn't gonna do a fucking amazing sort of lightsaber fight scene.
Well, hang on a second. I didn't accuse you of anything. I know your stance on the movie, on the series. You don't want to see it, and I respect that. And I'm not going to try to talk you into it. All I'm saying is I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm not that angry with Kathleen Kennedy or Disney that I'll completely work it up. Boba Fett, for example. I didn't like that series.
Well, Boba Fett
was good at all.
Well, Boba Fett's gonna look masculine, fucking top quality action. Even though half of that season was Mandalorian, so you did have some fucking class masculine action in it, and even you had class masculine action with Boba Fett. But the shit part in it with the fucking moped bikers that was in it for about like 10 minutes. That is going to be pretty much Obi-Wan Kenobi series, where you're going to see females going around kicking ass, 'cause they're girls and they're fucking just as good as men. Watch them kick ass.
I liked Xena, the warrior princess. I remember that show. Did you ever watch Xena?
Oh no. Didn't even watch Hercules.
Remember the
really.
Greek chick? Well, she was supposed to be Greek.
Yeah.
No, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, at least you could do a little bit of action and that, but.
Yeah, she could ride a horse, she could swing the sword, whatever. And they used wires to make her flip and shit, but whatever. It was fun.
Yeah, and she was.
Wasn't.
No, and she was sort of like.
She was a good looking woman, too.
Yeah, and she was sort of like with Hercules and Bruce Campbell and all sort of things. They'd make an appearance and that. So,
yeah.
But I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I thought it was mainly for women. But I didn't really watch that Hercules much. Cause I thought that was a bit too kiddie-ish. But for nowadays, Hercules probably is fucking top class masculine action. Moon Knight though. Did you watch Moon Knight?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna binge that.
Yeah.
When I got time after the hospital, sit down and check that out from beginning to end. Or the martial arts good in it? Because Moon Knight's supposed to be an ass kicker in the comics. Or he was when I read Moon Knight comics.
Oh yeah. Well, did you see any reviews of it? No.
I've been trying to keep away from them.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll take your review right now.
Yeah.
Yay or nay? Worth my time or not?
Well,
yeah.
I did like 6 episodes, like each sort of fucking going well into it, like so deep into it that like I did look, you know, like I do with my Bond streams where I do loads of well, I did that, but I didn't stream it. I did it as a video, and so
okay.
But basically it's practically the same as I go from beginning to end, and I give my sort of like with the Bond video, I give my sort of like penny's worth here and there and that. But don't watch it before you see Moon Knight. It's better to watch it after you see Moon Knight episode, and then watch it just before you're going to see the episode after, if you know what I mean.
I don't. What am I thought we were talking about Moon Knight.
Yeah. Well,
what do you mean?
Yeah, this is what I'd do. Watch episode 1 of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And then watch episode 1 of my Moon Knight review.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then watch episode because if you watch
if
you watch my review before the episode, I'll proper spoil it. So it's best off to watch.
Sure.
Watch the episode first, then watch my review of the episode.
Right.
And then it's pretty good to get sort of ready for the next episode, and then watch the next episode, and then watch that, then watch my review of that episode, and then watch the episode before you watch my review of the episode.
Did you do a different review for each episode?
Yeah, because it's every episode I review it.
So you did all the episodes?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because
I will. I promise you. I will check it out when I check out Moon. I won't be doing this until I'm saving up a couple of things because I'm going to be laid out for several days when I get back from the hospital. They said you're not going to be up to doing anything, so
might not even be
just take it easy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you might not even be able to like type in the chat. Be one of them.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be a cripple from this thing, but they said you're not going to want to do anything. You're just going to want to lay down for a couple of days afterwards. And I said, okay, that's fine. I've got nothing else pressing right now. So yeah, I definitely will. I'm glad because I know I heard you talk about watching it, but I really have tried to keep away from any reviews because I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want any spoilers. I mean, I want to go in fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if you're going to binge watch it, then like watch all like 6 episodes, but they are on for like 45 minutes each, so you're looking at like 4 to 5 hours sort of fucking watch time. Binge watch it.
Right.
Yeah, and then like as I say, watch my sort of like reviews after you've seen it, because I go so deep into it that it's like with my Bond reviews, like you practically seen the film when you see my review of it. Yeah.
Do you have any background in Moon Knight? Did you ever read the comic? Did you know who he was?
Oh yeah. And as I say, I liked it. I give it 8 out of 10. It'd have got a 9 out of. Oh yeah.
Overall.
Yeah. Overall.
Okay.
Because it would have got like a 9 and 9.5. I can't really say I'd give it a 10 out of 10, because then you have like real good films, but
no.
Yeah, I don't, because like
10 out of 10 I find a little suspect, and that's a big risk too as a reviewer. If you give something a 10 out of 10, it better be pretty fucking airtight.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 is a reasonable score for.
Yeah. Then 10 out of 10 films.
And Oscar Isaac was good.
Oh yeah.
He's the hero, isn't he? He's Moon Knight.
Yeah. Well, like it'd have got that 9 out of 10 if they hadn't have done so much sort of gaily action. But to be fair to them, they didn't do so much gaily action that it was fucking in your face too much. But they knew though that with that gaily action that they was gonna have to produce some great masculine action, because they knew that the gaily action was not gonna fucking cut it. If most of the action would have been like the gaily action, I'd have fucking probably like not want to watch it and fucking started slagging it off. But they put some masculine action in it, and some good masculine action and all, that it basically fucking got an 8 out of 10. It deserved an 8 out of 10. It was that well worth a watch. I can say to you, it's one of them films where, or series where I can say to you, watch it. You'll like it for the masculine action in it. If you like masculine action, there's some masculine action in it. Some scenes like, with Batman. Like, you're going to get some masculine action scenes with Batman. It's like that. They're like, give enough masculine action in it that I was happy to give it an 8 out of 10.
Cool. Okay. I'll definitely check it out, and I promise you, I will check out your reviews afterwards, and I'll let you know what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you asked, but I'll
well,
talk to you about it afterwards.
Yeah, well, as I say, it's fucking good. Like, it's not fucking the greatest ever fucking thing you're gonna see, but
no,
but you will
but
agree with me though that even if you don't like the series, you'll agree with me though that there is fucking great masculine action, fucking fight scenes in it that even if you don't like it, you can't dispute that they did some nice fight scenes that like really was up there with like top quality fight scenes, because most of it was stuntmen and that, but well, not most of it, but most of the they're like really complex, because there's a bit of a spoiler for you, but you know about your martial arts and that. Moon Knight, I won't like explain exactly which Moon Knight and that, because I'll let you find out. But in the end episode, there's a bit where some batons, where they just sticks, but they're like batons, aren't they? Because you use them as batons, where you're basically drumming
Yeah.
on people's faces and bodies and torsos and that. Like, well, yeah, there's a scene.
Sure.
There's a scene with that where, yeah, that is like proper where you'd see it in a martial arts movie. It's that sort of fucking
Yeah.
quality. There's not much of it because it is only about 30 seconds worth of the baton scenes. But when you see it though, it's like, oh yeah, that is a fucking good masculine action scene. Where you can tell it's a stunt dude. There's no way.
Yeah.
That fucking Oscar Isaac did that, because if he did that, I'd be like fucking well impressed. But he does do a few sort of fight. He does one fight scene where it looks a bit shoddy compared to like top fucking martial art films. But for an actor, he like pulls it off. It's like pretty good for an actor. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Oscar Isaac's pretty good. I haven't seen him in a good solo action adventure yet. So I'm looking forward to it. Who else? Is any other name actor in there? Anybody I'd recognize?
Oh yeah, Ethan Hawke. You know Ethan.
Oh, Ethan Hawke. Okay.
Yeah, and he plays the lead bad guy.
Ethan Hawke. Ah, shit! I just remembered. Sorry to interrupt, but I just remembered Ethan Hawke. I saw him do an interview where he was asked what he thought about superhero movies, and he said those really aren't movies. They're just kind of stupid waste of time. I mean, great for small children. Don't get me wrong, but if you're an adult watching superhero movies, there's something. He honestly said this.
Yeah.
There's something wrong if you're an adult getting into superhero movies. And I wondered at the time he did that interview, I wonder how long before Marvel or DC knocks at his door and he says, yes, please, I haven't worked in like 5 years, please. Although I also heard he's in The Northman. Have you seen The Northman?
No. I want to see it
though. Oh, I think you'd like The Northman, yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but everything I heard, this is an old school take on like the man's the hero sort of thing. He kicks ass nonstop. He's kind of like, it's Skarsgård. Stellan Skarsgård. And that he's bulked. Like he is a fit man.
Yeah.
And Anna Taylor-Joy, the pretty blonde actress, she's in it. And I remember my buddy telling me, and like I kept expecting her to like, whip off her robe. I kept like just dreading this, like, she'd get in there and kick it. Said no. She said, she's great in it, but she plays a woman, like a real woman.
Yeah. Well, it's authentic, innit? They know, like, women can beat up dudes, but when it comes to like fucking big, massive, violent wars, they usually get the kids and run because they're like, and so. It is one of them where you can film women kicking ass, but if they're the fucking like top ass kicker in the film, it means the dudes are shit.
Yeah, I know what's going on, but I hear the opposite, like 100% opposite. This is an old school. My buddy said you'll remember the best of Conan sort of thing in this.
Yeah, that's
and
what
the
I'm saying.
story is good too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, because in Conan, she was kicking ass, but she wasn't fucking kicking.
Yeah, Sandal Bergman.
Yeah, but she wasn't kicking it that much ass that Conan wasn't able to like save her in that, even though she did get shot in the end. But he was sort of like fucking. Sort of like bodyguard sort of thing.
Yeah, I love the original Conan movie. Great film. Like a really good movie all the way around. Schwarzenegger, James Earl Jones, Sandal Bergman, Jerry Lopez. Great great starting vehicle for Arnold too. His accent worked, you know. He sounded like a barbarian, built like a
Yeah,
barbarian, fought like a barbarian.
yeah,
I
yeah,
I will admit, I wish they kept a little closer to the books, only because I really love. I read the books as a kid,
yeah,
and I also read the comics. I was a huge Conan fan. I was like a huge Conan fan,
mm,
and Savage Sword of Conan. I don't know if you guys ever got that magazine across the pond, but this was like a large size, like you know
yeah,
how the size of a regular comic book.
yeah, yeah,
This was
probably.
like twice the size,
Yeah,
sort of thing. It was
right.
all black and white, but the covers were all painted by like guys like Cruzetta or Boris Vallejo or something. You know, they
Yeah,
always
yeah.
looked
Oh,
fantastic. The
yeah,
women looked hot.
yeah,
Conan looked ripped.
yeah. The
Um,
dragons or
and
fucking
the
skulls
earliest ones
look good.
had nudity and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
in. Surprising for a comic book.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
the first 10 issues of Savage Sword of Conan had lots of naked harem slave girls and shit like this,
Yeah, well,
and they had to
realistic.
clean it up after getting a bunch of yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because like it was
It's
done in like 19 was it 31 or something, 32?
the 70s.
No,
The
no.
books came
Uh,
out. Yeah, Robert E. Howard wrote the books in
yeah,
the 30s,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and
So in them days, wasn't it?
yeah.
You could do naked tits. There was war. There was in between war. So there you go, Bob.
No, I'm talking about the comic book that
Yeah,
came out
yeah,
in the 70s.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
was a comic book,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
But
it was a big magazine size comic. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, they could do that sort of like shit back in the 30s. So yeah, they probably thought, oh yeah, we'll do it in the 70s. Let's get some tits going. Cause
Yeah, exactly. And it worked. It looked great. But they had
yeah,
to clean it up. They got angry letters and shit like this. But all they did were put skimpy tops on them, sort
mm,
of thing, you know,
mm,
and still drew the nipples underneath the shadows from that and stuff. So, you know, as a kid, you're like, yeah, this is great. Conan kicks ass. He's fucking all the time. He's killing the monsters,
yeah.
killing the army guys. He's fucking getting out there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
Absolute kick ass.
Yeah, that's why you could slave fucking women because they'd be like, oh yeah, fancying the pants are coded because it's set in the day where you didn't have to have a good job. You just had to protect your bitch with an axe. So Conan was good at that.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, he was. Conan was king.
Yeah.
And great film. You should review the Conan movie someday.
Oh well, I tell you some red shit. If I do, it'll be fucking in like 6 months' time or something. Cause I need a rest because I'm taking too many screenshots, and I've got to finish off the
Right.
Bond films because I'm not like oh
Yeah.
it was one of them where I got into a stage of taking loads of screenshots because I was doing the Moon Knight, and because the Moon Knight started getting good, if the Moon Knight was shit, I could have took a few fucking screenshots and then just slagged the fuck out of it. Just took the real
Right.
screenshots of the real shit parts. But because it was fucking good in that, I was taking loads of screenshots like I do with the Bond. And then I've got the Bond fucking films where now it's gone into the Pierce Brosnan Bond films where fucking it's loads of action and that shit, and so now I'm gonna have to take a few fucking loads of screenshots of that. I did the Golden Eye.
How far away are
hours.
you from how sorry?
I did the Golden Eye last week. 5 hours.
Yeah.
I was on like
Yeah.
I don't know how I did 5 hours because I was thinking that I was like at the 2.5 hours. I think 3 hours at the most, but no, 5 hours. No.
Yeah.
But great film.
Right. Oh, it is. Die Another Day. When is that coming up?
Oh,
I forget the
So-
order of them.
so because today probably be like later on today. It's
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow Never Dies, and so
Tomorrow Never Dies. Okay.
yeah, and so Die Another Day is rather next week or the week after, because I can't remember
Right.
if it's Die Another Day and then The Well's Not Enough. Or no, it's The Well's Not Enough, then Die Another Day. Because yeah.
Okay.
And so it's not next week, it's the week after. Because next week's going to be The Well's Not
That
Enough.
one, if memory serves, the one I was talking about, Die Another Day, I believe that's the one where he's in Hong Kong throughout it, and Michelle Yeoh is in that movie.
No.
The chick I was talking about earlier. The chick that.
No. It's the one I'm doing
Which
tonight.
one is she in?
The Well's Tomorrow Never Dies. Because it's got the dude out of Brazil who plays the bad guy.
No. Sorry, brother. I think you misunderstand. I'm just saying, when you get to that one I'm talking about, Michelle Yeoh is the Bond girl in that one, but she's the Bond girl that kicks ass. She's the Chinese broad. They got that motorcycle stunt where they jump over the helicopter.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous stunt in that movie.
Yeah, that's today's film. Tomorrow
is it?
Never Dies, yeah. Because if you remember, she helps Bond take down the dude from Brazil. You know the film Brazil? I forget his name.
Jonathan Pryce.
Yeah, Jonathan Pryce. He plays the main villain.
Yeah.
In it, and she helped, and so it's today's one. Because I'll be taking some screenshots from it.
Oh, cool.
Because it's the second Bond film. Because then after that, it's The Well's Not Enough. Oh, I mean, yeah, The Well's Not Enough with the dude who's in Train Spotting with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, the dark-haired guy.
He's
been in a bunch of things.
Yeah.
He was even in a TV show I watched for a while, Stargate Universe. What the fuck is his name? Hang on, this is gonna bother me.
Yeah, he's a Scottish actor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. I should remember it. He starred in
Robert Carlyle.
Yeah, Robert Carlyle. Yeah, that's it. Robert Carlyle. Yeah. He's in the one where he gets shot in the head by a bullet and then he can't feel anything because it's numbing his senses.
Can't feel pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
can't feel anything, but yeah, pain is what he.
Yeah.
You keep hitting the guy and he keeps coming.
Yeah. Well, he's slowly losing all his feelings before he dies and that, and so yeah. And then The Well's Not Enough. I can't remember fucking. But I think it's thingy in that though. The Well's Not Enough. Halle Berry, she's in The Well's Not Enough, and she helps Bond. But
is she?
Yeah.
I thought that was The World's Not Enough. I thought that was the Halle Berry. I thought that was the one with Daniel Craig.
No.
Hello?
Yeah. No, I think no, because it is with Halle Berry in The Well's Not Enough, because Halle Berry, because after that it was Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. where Halle Berry wasn't in that, and not she's only been in one Bond film, and that's The World's Not Enough with Pierce Brosnan.
That was Denise Richards, Charlie Sheen's ex-wife. She played that scientist lady.
No,
Denise Richards, she's gorgeous.
well,
The World's Not Enough.
yeah, well, Tomorrow Never Dies, should I say then? Tomorrow Never Dies, it's Halle Berry.
Okay. Tomorrow Never Dies is Halle Berry. Okay.
No, not to fucking. Wait there, I'll fucking go get the DVD. Go back. Die Another Day. That's it.
Die Another Day. Yeah.
Die Another Day is one with Halle Berry in, with Pierce Brosnan, because it's his last one. Because it goes.
That's right. She has a swimsuit scene, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I seem to remember her in a sexy swimsuit.
Yeah, where it's on my front cover, where it's an orange swimsuit instead of the white swimsuit that
right
thing he wore in Doctor No. What's her name?
Ursula Andress.
Yeah. And because
Ursula Undress.
Yeah. Because it is like she is quite fit in that, yeah. And so it's Tomorrow Never Dies is tonight's Bond film. Then next week it's The World's Not Enough. Then the week after it's Die Another Day. Then the week after that it'll be Casino Royale with Daniel Craig, because then it's the Daniel Craig ones. But yeah.
Alright. Okay. Well, something to look forward to. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Don't know what shape I'll be in, but if I'm up and cognizant, I'll definitely drop on by. You're in Yorkshire, right? So you're like 7 hours ahead of me, I guess.
Well,
I'm in Toronto.
Yeah, I'm like 5 hours in front of East Coast.
Right, East Coast.
And then 6 hours in front of Central.
All right.
I think it's 8 hours in front of the West. But yeah, it's 10 to 8 right now where I am. So
10 to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
A.m. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Holy shit! You've been going all night.
Yeah. I got to be close enough for now. But going to talking about good films and that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fall down that rabbit hole easy. I've done it 1,000 times. Did it tonight.
Yeah.
It's an easy thing to do, but I'm starting to feel bad because I know you only got limited time on your StreamYards.
No.
And, you got to save some of that for your customers, for your people coming by to watch the reviews, right?
No. I'm on like Stream Labs, because that's why fucking it was all a bit of a fuck around and that, and like you couldn't see fucking what I was showing and that, because I'm on it gets like overwhelmed like too much in that, when I think there was like 4 people and 2 of them was talking at the same time and that, and then when the third person started to talk, it just shut down. I was like, oh fuck, can't handle this.
Yeah.
And when I got me, yeah, thanks for popping on though. Very much,
Not at all. Not at all, mate. I had a fun time.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely check in to see tonight if I'm not too doped up. But either way, I'm sure it's going to be a great show. And yeah, super. Looking forward to it. Okay, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Like.
Okay, mate.
Yeah. Good.
You
So yeah. Actually though. Yeah. Tonight's Bond one. It's. Did I say it was Halle Berry? I probably thinking of
yeah.
air out of Clark Kent and Clinton
No,
and Lois.
that's. I thought you said the Halle Berry one was Die Another Day, and that's the last
Yeah, yeah,
Pierce Brosnan before Daniel Craig, right?
yeah. Because tonight's one,
Yeah.
it's got yeah, and so tonight one has got that Lucy Liu, I think it is, isn't it?
Oh. If it's the Chinese broad, it's Michelle Yeoh. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well,
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, tonight's one is
Yeah.
with Michelle Yeoh and what's her name? Who was in fucking Lois and Clark.
Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, and Terry Hatcher. Yeah,
Terry Hatcher. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
who's in tonight's one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I was thinking, oh yeah. I'm sure there's another bed. But, so, yeah. Might see you later on tonight. Oh, if not, you watch the replay because it's definitely the one with Michelle Yeoh in.
Yeah. It's a weird spelling, but it's like, but it is pronounced Yo, Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, be groovy to see.
Oh yeah.
Okay, brother. Well, you take care. Best of luck, and we'll catch you later. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, pop it on. So,
Okay, pal.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's all man.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Yeah, you too, man. And good luck with the surgery, man. Yeah. Right, I'll feel like having to shut the stream, close up and that, so. Yeah, like thanking the guests, but. Fucking chat's gone. Yeah. Oh. Oh well. So show it up, but thanks to Captain Cockney for popping on, and thanks to Ashley Lynn for popping on, and thanks to Daytona for popping on, Falls and that, and thanks to Apex for popping on and that. Sorry, me sort of StreamYard's fucked up with the Streamlabs. Sorry about that. And thanks to George Lucas for watching and that, and thanks to Courtney for watching. Thanks to Darius Munchausen for watching. Thinking who else? Right, it's another red shirt. Like, thanks for popping on in. Thinking, is there anyone else? I was in the chat.